Your Mingus Marauders are on the air. Mingus Marauder Football is proudly sponsored by Gettle's High Desert Mechanical, offering solutions for your comfort. Northern Arizona Healthcare, improving health, improving people. And Suzy Q Market, the best road trips start at Suzy Q. Mingus Marauder Football is also brought to you by these fine businesses. Jackson Hewitt Rice Accounting, with locations across Northern Arizona. Larry Green Chevrolet, the people place. And Tiffany Construction, knowledge and experience to bring your project to reality. Radio sponsors of the Marauders on AM 1600, 96.3 FM, and online at vertivalleytv.com include All Price Insurance. Call 634-2311 to get your quote. Taylor Waste, service tailored to your needs. Yavapai College, you can, we can, together. And Rock Zoo Screen Printers, where clothing comes to rock. And now we go out to the press box for Philip Catalfamo and Nick Yatsinko.
Welcome, everybody, to Coconino High School for tonight's Friday night matchup as the Mingus Union Marauders travel to take on the Coconino Panthers. I'm Philip Catalfamo alongside Nick Yatsinko. Want to welcome you here on KYBC and Verde Valley TV. Nick, the Marauders unfortunately lost last week on the road to Benjamin Franklin, but they're facing another region opponent here with the Coconino Panthers.
Yeah, true test this week's going to be with Coconino, and you just got to bounce back after that big loss last week. Benjamin Franklin really showcased that offense last week. Marauders struggled against that. We had a few guys out last week who are back in, but we're also missing a few other guys. So tonight's going to be an interesting dogfight and another Grand Canyon region game.
We'll get you caught up on the injuries and get you previewed for this game as the Mingus Marauders look for a win. The Coconino Panthers also looking for a win after an overtime loss to the Prescott Badgers. We're just getting started here on the pregame show on KYBC and Verde Valley TV. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
People often refer to Larry Green Chevrolet as the people place. Keeping that reputation is a priority in the community and with every customer that comes through the door. Larry Green Chevrolet, we're better and we'll prove it. If you're in the market for a new or pre-owned car, truck, van, or SUV, you'll find our selection extensive and the sales team professional and courteous. Visit Larry Green Chevrolet just off Highway 260 next to Walmart or LarryGreenChevrolet.com.
Yavapai College has 6 campuses and centers in Sedona, the Prescott area, and the Verde Valley. With more than 100 degree and certificate programs, YC has what you need to jumpstart your academic journey. Our athletics teams are some of the best in the nation, and we have plenty of student-led clubs, organizations, and activities. Our full-time student discount makes YC the most affordable option in Arizona for a full-time student. Learn more today at yc.edu.
Since 1925, Tiffany Construction has worked with developers and local and federal government to build, expand, and improve infrastructure, roads, drainage systems, and subdivisions. From concept to completion, the Tiffany Construction team provides a full complement of construction services and state-of-the-art delivery methods customized to fit your needs and budget. They're Arizona's longest tenured family-owned and operated civil contractor and proudly serving the Verde Valley since 1991. Tiffany Construction, knowledge and experience to bring your project to reality.
2 things we can count on every year:
a new set of tax rules and great weather here in Northern Arizona.
Jackson Hewitt Tax Service, locally owned and operated by Lewis Rice since 1997, is here for you all year long.
Your neighborhood Jackson Hewitt Tax Office will help you in all of your taxing situations.
Electronic filing is always free with your tax preparation at Jackson Hewitt Tax Service.
Get more in return. Call 1-800-234-1040 for an office near you.
Choose precision. Choose innovation. Choose robotic-assisted knee and hip replacement. Choose Northern Arizona Healthcare.
Choose the region's most comprehensive heart program. Choose care close to home. Choose world-class surgeons. Choose Northern Arizona Healthcare.
me back here to the campus of Coconino High School as the Mingus Union Marauders travel to take on the Coconino Panthers. Philip Catalfamo alongside Nick Yatsinko. As we mentioned before we headed to break, the Mingus Union Marauders looking for a bounce-back victory, a 42-0 loss for the Mingus Union Marauders on the road to Benjamin Franklin, Nick. But here this week, they get an opportunity to play against another region opponent. This is the second time you and I have been up here in the Flagstaff area. Of course, the last time we were here, we were calling a Flagstaff game, but this time we're calling a Coconino game because, of course, the Flagstaff Eagles are able to play inside the Sky Dome, which we got an opportunity to call probably one of the best football games in the 4A Grand Canyon region, maybe outside of the Coconino Prescott game, but definitely a lot of fun at the Sky Dome, and we're having a lot of fun here at Cromer Stadium. But Nick, like we mentioned, the Marauders looking for a bounce-back win, 42-0 loss to Benjamin Franklin. They've played the region pretty well, and they're looking for a win here tonight against Coco.
Yeah, it's quite nippy up here, and it's the opposite of what we saw in Benjamin Franklin, right? Benjamin Franklin, it was a little bit hot during warm-ups, and up here, everyone's bundled up already. All the fans and players got the long sleeves on, so a little bit of a different atmosphere for the Marauders to play in. But yeah, you got to find a way to shake that loss off. Like I said just before that break, it's so tough. Benjamin Franklin's got such a great offense.
Yep.
We're going to see another great offense here tonight in Coconino's rushing attack. Very similar to last week. Benjamin Franklin knew how to run the ball very well, executed really well. So does Coconino. Coconino is mainly rushing yards this season, so it's going to be another true rushing test.
Well, you got to assume, of course, that Coconino has seen the tape of that Benjamin Franklin game, and it was a tough night for the Marauders offensively. As we take a look at the stats just real quickly in that game, 9 for 15, 62 yards passing for Zach Harrison. Hunter Perkins filling in for Angelo Alvarez, who is back this week, along with Makai Arnado. Nicholas Schultz still out. Esteban Loretto is out, and Brazen Dirklek still nursing that foot injury he suffered against Bradshaw. So speedy recovery wish to all those guys. Hopefully we'll see them back next week when we get back home against Lee Williams. But going through the statistics here again, Hunter Perkins, 87 yards on the ground, 17 yards receiving in that loss against Benjamin Franklin. Michael Grijalva, who did somewhat suffer an injury at the end of that Benjamin Franklin game, is in the game tonight. Happy to see him filling in that role. We'll get, like I mentioned, we'll get Alvarez back and a couple of those other guys on the offensive line and defensive line. But Nick, what do the Marauders specifically have to do tonight to get the victory here as we take a look at our 3 keys to the game, brought to you by Reese's Tire and Automotive Tire Pro. Ride with confidence with Reese's Tire and Automotive Tire Pro. Locally owned, the Reese's Tire warranty provides coverage at over 50,000 locations nationwide as we look at our 3 keys to the game.
Yeah, so it's going to start with forcing the pass, Philip, and that's kind of just piggybacks off of what we just previously talked about, which is these rushing attacks that we saw last week with Benjamin Franklin. This week we're going to see against Coconino. These guys have a great rushing attack. So forcing the pass, winning special teams is going to be another one. We've done great all season long on special teams. We've seen some good highlights. There you see it, score on special teams and defense.
Yeah.
Love it. That's going to turn a game around. It gives you a lot of momentum. It could swing the game either way, especially in a close region game like this. And then last but not least, establish a run. We're going to have to get a good run game going, which will then complement a good passing game. And that's how we're going to have to get Harrison in the backfield, get comfortable tonight. And I hope we see some deep balls by him.
Well, the positive is, of course, that the Marauders do get back Makai Arnado and Angelo Alvarez. You now factor in Michael Grijalva in the offense, along with Kyle Ramirez, along with Hunter Perkins, along with Austin Wharf. So the Marauders operating with a little bit more weapons offensively tonight. They were definitely missing Angelo. They were definitely missing Makai. A couple guys on the O-line, of course. Brazen Dirklek defensively, they were missing that speed on the edge. But getting these guys back for this game is huge. However, stopping Cooper French and the rushing attack from Coconino, like you said, is going to definitely be something to pay attention to. Of course, we've been harping on it, but I'm going to continue to talk about it. Second half stamina. You know, the Marauders were down last week and were unfortunately down for the rest of the game, but second half has been a struggle for the Marauders a little bit offensively, and so hopefully they'll be able to pick that up a little bit here tonight. A couple more some fresh legs back on the field this week, and well, you know, like you said in the car, Nick, it's all over until the crying, you know.
And with Big Nick Schultz out still, Esteban Loretto not playing tonight either, so we're down a couple key linemen who go both ways for us usually. That's going to put a lot more pressure on Calvin Miller, Isaiah Latham, these younger guys, and they're going to have to step up. Evan Smith, it was nice to see him last week. He had a good game last week blocking and out there on defense, and we're going to have those guys step up. And like you just said, that second half stamina is going to come in big. You got to get to the sidelines, take your water breaks, weeks, you're not going to play a full series on defense.
No.
So most likely, if you're playing on offense, you're only going to be able to do 1 or 2 plays on defense. You got to get out and get some water and rest those legs up so you can get back in there.
Just to give you an idea of how much of a loss Esteban Loretto might be tonight for the Marauders, at least defensively. 13 total tackles, 11 solo, 2 assisted in that loss against Benjamin Franklin. However, the Marauders do have a bunch of other players who are happy to fill that role and get an opportunity to play here. Like we mentioned, we're getting close to the end of the season here as the Mingus Union Marauders. Right now, not necessarily in playoff contention. A lot has to happen for this team to get back into the talks there. However, they can play probably one of their favorite roles, which is spoiler. You get an opportunity here to take on Coconino. They're coming off of a loss against Prescott. Of course, Bradshaw's taking on Flagstaff tonight. Bradshaw's looking for a win. Flagstaff as well is looking for a win. We've got Lee Williams next week. The Mingus Marauders will be back at home next week against Lee Williams. The Volunteers are also looking for a victory. Also, just want to extend, it is senior night here at Coconino High School, so we do want to extend from us to them a congratulations to all of the Coconino Panthers who are graduating this year. It is an incredible accomplishment to get an opportunity to play football or any sport in high school, any extracurricular. I know they've probably got band members who are also getting representation here tonight. Spirit line, color guard. So we just want to extend a congratulations to all the seniors for Coconino High School, whether you're here at the stadium or you're at home watching or listening along. We just want to extend you guys congratulations as well. We'll get the Marauders senior night here on November 12th against the Prescott Badgers. But congratulations, Coconino High School Panthers, for future graduates here and potential college players.
Absolutely, and good luck on all their endeavors. It's exciting to see all the cheerleaders, band members, like you said, walk and hear all their goals and dreams and accolades through high school. So congratulations to them, like you said. That's great. And boy, we got a dogfight tonight. Those players are walking right now, getting their accolades. But going back to what you said about the Grand Canyon region play, it has been dogfights every game in the region. How about Lee Williams beating Bradshaw 3-0? 3-0. I mean, you really don't ever hear scores like that in high school football. Yep. So congrats to Lee Williams on that win. That's huge. And that just kind of goes to the point where this region, you really don't know. There's a lot of losses. I don't think anyone's undefeated in region play right now.
Not, no.
That means that region play is somehow still up in the air. So, I mean, the Marauders, like you said, want any sort of a fighting chance, which, like, it's looking like we're going to be that spoiler, playing for spoiler, but
which is okay.
You want any chance to get in this, you got to pull out a win tonight.
Well, definitely. And let's take a look at some of the season statistics for the Mingus Union Marauders as we take a look at those stats. Zach Harrison so far through 7 games. Of course, we're in week 8. 55 completions, 101 attempts, 859 yards passing, 8 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, 3 rushing touchdowns for Zach Harrison. I got to say, Zach has done a great job of limiting his mistakes, and I love to see Coach Anguiano's offense start to open up the passing lanes a little bit for Zach Harrison. And funny enough, ran into Freddie Jimenez before the start of the game, and Freddie said, "You guys going to be calling my name today?" I said, "Freddie, you catch the ball, we definitely will, my guy." And we know Freddie's getting a lot of targets, so we're going to be calling Freddie's name a lot here tonight. He's starting to build that rapport with Zach Harrison, but it's great to see Freddie Jimenez be working, operating well in the offense. Ian Contreras has been a late addition to the offense. We talked about the running backs, but Zach Harrison as well has done a great job passing. There is Ian Contreras' stats: 9 receptions, 188 yards receiving with 2 touchdowns. The tight end there has really been filling the role well, not only on the offensive side, but also on the defensive side as well. So hopefully the Marauders can get a victory here tonight against the Coconino Panthers and spoil that senior night.
Yeah, and you saw all the wide receivers just go. Just had Alvarez up on the screen too, and that's so many weapons that Zach's been able to utilize this year, and it's been great to watch. We've been able to call his games since he was a starting sophomore at varsity football, and it's been great to watch him develop, become a great leader out here, and kind of be contagious, and make the other seniors great leaders. And he's deserved it. I think his quarterback's rating is 96.9. So you know what? It may not be the biggest and baddest stats, but he's getting the job done. He's getting it done through the air when we need him to. Just having come up with those close game wins. Our record could be so different right now. There's been so many games, at least 3 games, where if we have another few plays or another few minutes, it's a totally different outcome.
Well, and that's the thing too, is you look at the schedule, and we're going to take a quick break, but we'll talk about the schedule just briefly here before we head it to break. You look at the Flagstaff game, very, very close loss. You look at the Bradshaw game, a couple of plays go a different way for the Mingus Union Marauders. That's 2 wins. That's a 4-2 season assuming, of course, you still lose to Thunderbird and Benjamin Franklin.
That's
so, 4-3. Excuse me, that's 4-3, not 4-2. But you're right. That's 2 wins in the region. You're going to be facing a Lee Williams team next week that is, of course, a high potent offense, but any team is beatable on Friday nights. And then you take on a very hot Prescott Badgers team. The Mingus Marauders are potentially in the conversation for a playoff run if a couple plays go their way, a couple calls go their way. Not to dwell too much about the Flagstaff game, but I mean, genuinely, outside of everything else, this has been a successful season for the Marauders on a lot of fronts, and we'll keep touching upon those. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll preview the opponent for the Mingus Union Marauders, the Coconino Panthers, the home team here, as we get you ready for kickoff right around the corner on KYBC and Verde Valley TV.
I'm Chris.
And I'm Tandy, owners of Taylor Waste.
We're homegrown in the Verde Valley and nearly your last local choice.
We want to be your first choice for residential and small business garbage service.
Get a free month service when you make the switch to Taylor Waste.
And enjoy monthly service as low as $16 per month.
Visit TaylorWaste.com for more information.
Or to start service, call Taylor Waste at 649-2662.
Taylor Waste, service tailored to your needs.
All Price Insurance on Main Street in Cottonwood is your local insurance provider for personal and commercial insurance. Call and compare 23 insurance companies for home, health, auto, RV, motorcycle, boat, or ATV. Specialty insurance and insurance bonds are no problem at All Price Insurance. Call or visit All Price Insurance today.
The Suzy Q Market is the most convenient stop for road trips with 1,500 beverage selections and plenty of snacks. And save on fuel with the Marathon Make It Count reward program. The Suzy Q drive-thru window is the most convenient way to stop for those essentials on the way home.
Road trips start here with something for everyone.
At Suzy Q.
Shop local first, always.
Go Marauders!
Starting in the late 1920s, Grandpa Gettle and his brothers laid the groundwork for what would become a family legacy. Almost 100 years and 100 patents later, Gettle's High Desert Mechanical continues to raise the bar of quality heating, cooling, and plumbing products and services in the Verde Valley.
Call Gettle's High Desert Mechanical Heating, Air Conditioning, and Plumbing at 567-2200 or online at GettlesHDM.com, providing solutions for your comfort. Don't settle, get Gettles, and go Marauders!
You're going to love the new interactive website from Roxu Screen Printers. Now you can create your custom t-shirt design online. Simply choose a t-shirt or hat style, easily upload your logo, or create the perfect design. Workwear, tees, uniforms, polos, and caps, and let's not forget those special occasion tees, all designed online by you. Go to ROKZOO.com, Roxu Screen Printing in Cottonwood, where clothing comes to rock. 24/7 at the all-new Roxu.com.
Want to welcome you back to the broadcast here on KYBC and Verde Valley TV. Philip Catalfamo alongside Nick Yatsinko. You can see right there on your screens if you're watching on Verde Valley TV. They are the eyes on the game, our referees here tonight. Eyes on the game brought to you by Reese's Tire and Automotive Tire Pro. It's their motto, too, at Reese's Tire. Look for service specials, rebates, and more at Reese'sTire.com. Thank you to the coaches and referees dedicated to making our young athletes the best they can be. Again, our eyes on the field here, our head referee, Kent Powell, our umpire, Kirk Robertson, our head linesman, Joe Brown, our line judge, James Bendel, and our back judge, Nathan Belcher, will be our eyes on the game here tonight. Of course, Nick, you and I will have our eyes on the run attack for the Coconino Panthers. Cooper French, the junior, coming into this game as we welcome you back here to the broadcast. 30 carries, 212 rushing yards, 4 touchdowns in that loss against Prescott. Just to tell you how much of a high-scoring game it was. That game ended out 34-28 in overtime. So a high-scoring game for the Coconino Panthers, but Cooper French doing a great job on the ground for the Panthers, picking up where Zach Bennett left off.
And you know Prescott's not going to be a pushover on defense. They're one of the better teams supposedly in the region here. We're going to find out soon. So, yeah, that means you see French's yards there. That means that French had a big night against a really good team.
Yeah, that's his season statistics there on the screen. 79 carries this year, 589 yards on the ground, 8 rushing touchdowns for French. He got 4 of them against Prescott. So, you got to think, of course, Coco had a little bit of a pause in their season with COVID, but the Panthers have come back and played very, very well. Their first loss of the season coming, of course, last week against Prescott in a great overtime matchup there. But looking around the rest of the lineup here, Enkos Watson, the quarterback, the sophomore, 2 for 11 and 10 yards passing in that game against Prescott, of course, with a very strong rushing attack. You look at the stats there, 15 completions, 43 attempts for Watson on the season, 229 yards passing on the season, 3 touchdowns, 1 carry, 5 yards. That has nothing to do with Watson's talent level. Right. It just happens, though, that if you hand the ball off to your running back and he takes it down the field 70 yards and scores, you don't really need to pass the ball too much. So I was watching Watson warm up a little bit. He's definitely got the arm to throw. But like we said, it has nothing to do with the talent level. Has more to do with just the opportunities to pass haven't necessarily been there with Cooper French and Jonathan Jaramillo running up and down the field for the Panthers. Yeah, and Watson's also a younger quarterback. Right. Coming in as just a sophomore. So the coaching staff's going to want that ball in the leadership hands there on the field. So that's why you saw he didn't have many carries. He's going to hand the ball off or he's going to throw it. And they're trying to get that sophomore ready for some big-time varsity football in the next couple seasons, just like how we saw Zach develop. Right. Watson's going to be doing that same thing over the next couple seasons. Yeah, very funny, kind of coming in the similar way. Zach also had a junior running back behind him in Drew Meyer when he took over as a sophomore. He's got a senior receiver, Andy Ruiz, on the side of Coconino High School, Peter Calandra on the side of Mingus Union when Zach was a sophomore. So a lot of parallels here at Coconino High School. Watson's got some size, too. It's 6'3", just sophomore. It could be 6'4" by the time we're calling his name out here when he's a senior. Oh, yeah. So Coconino continues to remain strong here in the 4A Grand Canyon region with some of the guys coming up. Andy Ruiz, of course, the wide receiver in the last game against Prescott, 2 receptions, 10 yards receiving for him. Of course, opportunities just haven't necessarily been there. I was talking with Coach Javier on the side of Mingus Union, kind of asking him who we should look out for, and he said, I believe Andy's got a D1 scholarship looking right now to potentially play at the next level. So he's a DB as well, so maybe not as much opportunity at receiver, but a defensive back, a guy who could probably play multiple positions for any college right now. Congratulations to Andy, if that is in fact true, if we're not mixing him up with anybody, but still, it's very impressive to see a guy get looks like that. Ruiz also had a fumble recovery in the victory against Prescott. Prayer Young Black Goat, which is probably the best name we've called so far to this season, also had a fumble recovery in that in that loss against Prescott. But like we mentioned, Nick, it's going to be the rushing attack. The Marauders have to be able to slow down the rushing attack to maybe force more passes from Watson. Yeah, you're going to have to, right? Because you're going to have to get to him when he's dropping back in the pocket too. You're going to have to stunt, do ways. We've seen Mingus do it. We've seen Esteban Loretto, who we don't have tonight, but Esteban Loretto has found his way in that backfield a lot. We got Islis out there who does the same thing. We got Hunter Perkins is out there. He's going to be on the edge. We're going to see him rush. Still missing Dirkalek on the edge, which you said that's a big loss for us. Right. He brings a lot of speed on the edge, but Dirkalek's complimenting on the other side. So anything we can do to get in that backfield and stop Watson when he's got to pass the ball is going to be great. That might help force a turnover. He's obviously not throwing the ball as much this season. Right. He's got that comfortable rushing game that they're going to lean on. We know it. Mingus knows it. Coconino knows it. But it's very similar to last week. And Benjamin Franklin's scheme was very similar. They knew they were going to run the ball. They came right out, showed us they were going to run the ball every play in the first drive. And they also passed right down the field. And the couple passes they threw were completions. And that's because they set up a great run game. And Coconino's going to be looking to do the same thing tonight. Taking a look at what Prescott did against Coconino last week, Alex Vaughn, their quarterback, 148 yards passing, 2 passing touchdowns for him. Cody Leopold, the running back, 34 carries, 157 yards on the ground, 2 touchdowns. We were talking a little bit with Coach Javier, Coach JR, kind of asking them what to expect here. Coach Javier told me flat out, he said, this is going to be a defensive game. These are 2 high-powered offenses, teams that are averaging at least 20 points a game, minus, of course, Mingus's week last week, but the Marauders, we've seen them put up 50. We've seen them put up 40. We've seen them put up 20 and 30. But the Panthers right there, same thing. They're a team that loves to score points.
And before last week, when we got shut out by Benjamin Franklin, 25 was the lowest we had scored. So our offense can put points on the board. We've seen it. If I could forecast a little bit, I think we're going to see a lot of 8, 9, 10-yard runs tonight. Yeah. I really think it's going to come down to a lot of big running plays on both sides of the ball. That's for Mingus and Coconino, and very similar to what we saw last week, Benjamin Franklin.
Right.
Benjamin Franklin, Mingus did a good job of not letting Smith break out. They're fantastic running back. He didn't have over a 30-yard rush until almost the end of the game. Every rush was 8 yards, 9 yards. He had, I think, 1 or 2 10 or 11 yards, and that's it. So I can see that happening tonight. It's going to be a good run game. Those linemen are going to be tired out there. Second half, Sandham is going to come in huge for Coconino as well, because when you run the ball that much, your linemen are running up and down the field. It takes a lot out of you.
Well, that's what Mingus Union is going to have to do definitely, is shut down that run of Cooper French, Jonathan Jaramillo, the quarterback Watson, the receiver Andy Ruiz. A lot of targets here for Coconino High School. Marauders would love a win like Prescott was able to get against Coconino last week. But Nick, it's going to have to be that. Slowing down the run, obviously losing Esteban Loretto not only as the center, but also as the lead nose tackle, is going to be tough, but the Marauders have Ian Contreras. They add Emmett Smith to the defensive line. They bring back Anthony Islas. They've obviously got Angelo Alvarez back. I know Angelo doesn't play too much on the defensive side. Michael Grijalva's back, so it's going to help the backfield a little bit. Mario Camacho is going to have a tough task against Andy Ruiz, so we'll see how the sophomore does against the senior receiver. But Camacho's in there as well defensively. The Marauders up and down are going to have to really put on as much of a defensive effort as they can against a heavy rush team like this, because I feel if they can force Coconino to pass, we could be looking at a very interesting game if they can slow down the run. But if you give Coconino, Cooper French an opportunity to get into open space, it's going to be over before we get started. Yeah, and both these teams are clinging for life, really, in the region. I mean, Mingus more so than Coconino. Coconino's only got the one loss so far in region play, but Mingus has got 2 already. So that's really, really crucial that Mingus doesn't lose another region game. But Coconino's on the ropes, too. You can't lose. If you lose 2 region games, odds of you winning the region are very slim. A lot of funky things have to happen, which we are seeing this season. We're seeing really close games. We're seeing teams who lost to other teams beat the other teams, which is awesome. You can't even script a Grand Canyon region better than that. But yeah, Marauders really clinging on to life. So both these teams are going to come out hot. You know, the coaches are giving some fiery pep talks in there before they come out. Taking a look at some of the rankings in the 4A in general throughout the state of Arizona, the Prescott Badgers coming in at number 4, Nick. Coach Cody Collette, of course, suffers a very scary incident on the sideline at one of the games. Thankfully, he is okay. He's back coaching the team. But his Badgers are playing very, very well right now, coming in at number 4 in the 4A rankings, 5-1 on the season. Coconino, number 6, 3-1 on the season. Then you slide down to 15, where Flagstaff is currently sitting at number 15. Number 19, Lee Williams. And then, you just go a little bit further, and you've got Bradshaw at 25, and then Mingus Union at 36, and that rounds out the rest of the 4A rankings, at least where the 4A Grand Canyon region sits in the 4A rankings. Of course, Cactus High School and American Leadership Academy Queen Creek, the 1 and 2 in the 4A right now. But we know Coconino wants a victory here tonight, and they would like to change their luck in the 4A rankings and move up after suffering that tough loss against Prescott. But we'll see what happens here for this game, as Coconino, after this one, will go to take on Bradshaw Mountain as we get ready here on senior night at Coconino High School. We'll have the national anthem soon here. We're getting the Coconino Panthers ready to run out of their tunnel. I'm not sure if there's a specific name for it, but maybe the paw. The paw? The big paw? It's got a big paw up there. Yeah, for those the rankings that you brought up feel so interesting, because some fireworks. There you see, there come the Panthers right there. Senior night, doing it up with the fireworks. That's beautiful. That's fantastic. That's great. Those seniors deserve that moment. Little dog pile. Fantastic. Got to be careful in there, boys. So the jump too hard. You really do. You don't want any injuries early on before you even get started. But the Coconino Panthers getting up from their dog pile near the sideline, and we are getting ready to go here. We got a couple minutes before we get started. Do want to remind you, however, on November 6th, we will have Youth Championship Day for youth football. Got a couple representatives here. We'll have the Flag Panthers, the Flag Eagles, the Cottonwood team will be represented, the Prescott team will be represented, the Prescott Valley Hitmen will be represented. Nick, you and I, it's been even Camp Verde's got a team as well, it looks like here. Cottonwood, of course, has got a team in a couple of the regions. Nick, you and I will be calling the third place games for the Mighty Mites division, the Minors division, and the Majors division. We got an opportunity to do that, not last year because of COVID, but the year before in 2019. And I'll tell you what, man, it's fun watching those little bobbleheads run around the field.
Most certainly is, man. They come up with some great plays, too. Good coaching going on in the youth programs. Love to see it.
We're going to step away for a second, but when we come back, we will get you ready for the kickoff here at Coconino High School as the Marauders take on the Panthers, but not before we get to our national anthem and our coin toss. Stay with us here on KYBC and Verde Valley TV.
All Price Insurance on Main Street in Cottonwood is your local insurance provider for personal and commercial insurance. Call and compare 23 insurance companies for home, health, auto, RV, motorcycle, boat, or ATV. Specialty insurance and insurance bonds are no problem at All Price Insurance. Call or visit All Price Insurance today.
A fantastic rendition of our Star-Spangled Banner here. Philip Catalfamo alongside Nick Yatsinko. The national anthem is handled. And Nick, we are just a few moments away from getting this game started. The Mingus Union Marauders traveling to take on the Coconino Panthers. Marauders looking for a bounce-back victory after a 42-0 loss to the Benjamin Franklin Chargers, whereas the Coconino Panthers are coming off a loss to the Prescott Badgers, 34-28 in overtime. Both teams looking for wins here. Marauders have a tough task here against the Coconino Panthers.
Most certainly, and this Coconino fan base is fired up, Philip. We're kind of next to the student section. They're going nuts, and it's great to see. And just to touch back on the rankings here that you brought up, I mean, it's such a tough division, this 4A division. If either of these teams, being Mingus or Coconino, make it into the playoffs, it's great to see Prescott sitting at 4 and Coconino sitting at 6. That's really impressive. But boy, at the end of the day, whoever can make it is most likely playing Cactus.
Well, it's going to be a lot of fun playing Cactus. As we take a look here at our Cottonwood Public Library coin toss. The Cottonwood Public Library is always online. Check out the Libby app for free ebook and e-audiobooks, and Canopy for free movie streaming. The Cottonwood Public Library, connecting the community. Visit ctwpl.info for more information. Again, want to thank the Cottonwood Public Library for sponsoring our coin toss as we get you ready here. Nick, like you were saying regarding the rankings here, I know that we call the Mingus Union Marauder games, but it's great to see 4A Grand Canyon representation, regardless of who it is. And of course, like we talked about, like you just said, Prescott, Coconino right now in the mix with a potential matchup against these top 3 or 4 teams. But regardless, it's great to see more of these teams representing in the 4A from the Grand Canyon region. Yeah, most certainly. And when you get into that first round, second round of playoffs, I mean, for instance, we got a chance to talk about this during the week a little bit. Yeah. The last time the Marauders were in the playoffs and played South Point Catholic High School in Tucson, they played against Bijan Robinson. That's right. They did play. Texas running back who's running all over the colleges now. Well, you really never know who's going to be a superstar coming out. I know Zach Bennett's currently playing football in California for one of the schools out there. I blank on the name, but Zach's playing out there. I talked with our Zach Harrison. He's got some plans to possibly go to Grand Canyon University or Northern Arizona University. Great to hear. You can check out that interview of Off the Bench this last week's episode. This week, of course, a little bit different of a show, but it's great to see these kids regardless of what it is, whether they're going to college or not, it's just nice to see them, try to go for their goals and try to go for their aspirations, wherever that might be.
Yeah, and here we are on senior night, right? So we get to watch these Coconino players walk out with their families. It's a great thing. We're going to get the same chance at Mingus coming up. And, just hearing their accolades that they've achieved and where they might go. It's just great leadership. And being in these sports programs, being an academic athlete just teaches you so much about life and gets you ready to go. And it's great to see.
Speaking of getting ready to go here, the Mingus Union Marauders will be receiving against the Coconino Panthers. Marauders going from right to left on your radio dial. The Panthers going from left to right as the Marauders look for a bounce-back victory after a tough loss to the Benjamin Franklin Chargers. And, well, it's a new week, a new team, and we're here at Coconino High School. Not too cold here in Flagstaff, but a lot of jackets out. And I looked at, we got our camera guy, Zarek, not wearing a jacket. I'm a little concerned about that, but I'm confident that he'll keep himself warm.
Neither is our on-field camera.
Yeah, neither is Tristan Wright as well, our on-field camera guy. I think he had a jacket thrown over his shoulder. I'm not sure. But here we go as the Mingus Marauders will receive. The kick is away and waiting to return it. We missed him last week. We've got him this week. Angelo Alvarez picks it up around the 15. Alvarez quickly past the 20 now. He's got some room down the sideline. One man to beat. He'll get past the 50. Angelo Alvarez, there's the spark plug the Marauders were missing. They'll line it up at the Coconino 45.
Man, you just can't kick it to Alvarez if you're an opposing team.
They're going to learn that soon.
Yeah, that's a great run back. Alvarez just makes one move. He's patient back there, lets it hop, not going to pick it up and try anything crazy. Just gives his blockers some time to set up, and he does a great job of finding the holes.
Well, here we go. The Marauders getting an opportunity on offense. A great return from Angelo Alvarez as the ball is spotted on the Coconino 44. 1st and 10 for the Mingus Union Marauders. 11:53 to go in the first quarter. Harrison lined up under center. Alvarez in the backfield. Harrison takes the snap, flips it right. Alvarez gets a couple blockers, sheds a couple defenders, and does get a small gain on that run, maybe about 3 for Angelo as the Marauders look to pick up the first down, and we'll have 2nd down here.
Yeah, and that's a good job by that offensive line to get a few yards push up the field. Missing a couple key guys, missing Schote out there. You see Glassman on that offensive line right now. He's going to step up big time. That's great to see these guys.
Yeah, just a flip to the right side for Angelo Alvarez and gets a block ahead. Hunter Perkins was in there as well. Second play here. Harrison's going to hand it off left side. That is going to be Hunter Perkins. He'll get pushed forward. Not enough for the first down. It'll bring up 3rd down here for the Mingus Union Marauders.
Yeah, you know what? If you can continue to get just 3 yards a drive, I say this every game.
Yeah.
If you can get 3 yards every play, you never have to punt. You'll win the football game. So far, not a bad start for the Marauders.
Well, we'll see what the Marauders can do here on 3rd down, 3rd and 2 on the Coconino 37. Harrison lined up under center. Alvarez in the backfield. Harrison takes the snap, hands it up the middle. Alvarez able to fall forward. Should be enough for a first down. We'll see if he's got forward progress as Alvarez kind of trips on the last half of that run. And it should be enough. Maybe they'll call him just shy. They will. So it'll bring up a 4th and inches for the Mingus Union Marauders. As we took a look at that play here, Harrison just hands it off to the left side. Alvarez kind of maybe slips on the turf a little bit as he was finishing that run. But we'll see what the Marauders can do here to pick up 4th and inches on the Coconino 35. Harrison takes the snap, hands it off right side. Alvarez is able to stretch forward for the first down and get a couple extra yards. So 1st and 10 for Mingus Union here with 10:14 to go in the first.
I'll tell you what, that's a power run right there, Philip. That's an absolute power run. For those of you watching, you're going to get to see the replay here. Alvarez takes it. He's getting stopped. Looks like maybe right at the marker or a yard past it, and then just spins out, and he's not going to take no for an answer. That's a great run. Nice job by that offensive line to keep the drive going.
So now we'll pick it up here on the Coconino 33. 1st and 10 for the Mingus Union Marauders. 9:50 to go in the first quarter. Harrison under center. Takes the snap. He's going to hand it off left side. Nope, he's going to roll out to pass. Harrison rolling out to his right. Pressure coming. Got to get rid of it or step out of bounds. He'll go out of bounds. Lose a couple yards on that scramble. So now it'll bring up a 2nd and long.
Yeah, and there I'd like to see Harrison maybe just kind of throw it out. He might have been waiting for somebody last minute to get open, which I couldn't quite see down the field, but nonetheless, the offensive line gives him some time back there.
So now to be 2nd and 13 here. Again, ball on the Coconino 33. 9 minutes, 43 seconds to go. Marauders trying to pick up a long 2nd down. Harrison is going to hand it off on the inside to Hunter Perkins. Perkins going to pick up a couple yards, get back to the original line of scrimmage, and that'll bring up 3rd down for the Marauders.
Yeah, big third down here. If we get to fourth down, Phillip, I'm not quite sure what Coach Montebaya's got up his sleeve, because right now we're just about to the Coconino 30-yard line. So this drive is looking good. Just set up for a 3rd and long right now.
Well, you got to think maybe if the Marauders get into field goal territory, we could see Marcus Bueno come out. But here we go. 3rd and 9 for the Marauders on the Coconino 32. Harrison under center, takes the snap, rolls out to his left, looking to pass, pressure coming. Harrison still on his feet, now going to scramble to the left side. Harrison makes something out of nothing. Does not pick up the first down, but to bring up 4th down and just a couple of yards shy.
Yeah, and that's a nice job by Harrison not to go down at initial contact. You're going to be able to see here, obviously, Coconino's defensive backs doing a good job of coverage, because Zach doesn't see anybody open, and he just kind of spins out of it and goes upfield for a couple yards and save this drive.
Well, that's just a great job by Harrison. I mean, like you said, Nick, to spin out of pressure and extend the play and give the Marauders a positive gain instead of a negative one. So it'll be 4th and 6th. It'll be Marcus Bueno lining up for the field goal. Bueno trying it from about 40. Kick is up. Bueno. That one's no good. It'll go out of bounds. It'll be a turnover on 4th and 6. So now Coconino will take over on their own 29 with 8:13 to go on that missed field goal from Marcus Bueno.
And it was a nice recovery on the snap, too. The snap was a little bit low. I think that was Contreras setting up the ball for Bueno there, and he did a pretty good job of getting it set up quick.
This will be our first opportunity here to see the Coconino Panthers offense with Cooper French now the running back for the Panthers. Zach Bennett playing in the NCAA now, or the NAIA, I should say. Excuse me.
Boy, he ran right up and down the field.
Oh, man, he did, yeah. Watch. It was him and Luis Jaramillo for Flagstaff. The 2 Northern Arizona running backs were just causing havoc. And that'll be Watson in the shotgun formation. Man in motion now. Getting ball on the Coconino 20. Watson's going to hand it off right side. That's going to be French. French trying to find some room to run on the left side. Should be enough for the first down. And a good run there early on from Cooper French.
Yeah, that's just a great play call. I mean, the Coconino goes to the short side of the field. It's almost like a running back draw. Quarterback takes a shotgun snap, just hands it off to the running back who's next to him. And yeah, you can see French has got some size on him too.
Yeah.
So he's got speed and size. We're going to see him with the ball most of the night, I'm sure.
Again, Watson lined up in the shotgun formation. Man in the backfield, that's French. 1st and 10 on the Coconino 31. Watson takes the snap, hands it off left side this time for French. French has got a bunch of blockers on the left side. Flag is down on the field. French picks up just about 5 on that run, not enough for the first down. So to bring up 2nd down, we'll wait to see where the ball placement is after that penalty.
Looks like it might be a hold.
Yeah, we'll see who that hold is on as we wait for Kent Powell, our head referee, to make the official call. Our white hat tonight.
And really, French only got, I think, 3 or 4 yards on that. So with a hold, that's not a bad job by that Marauders defense there.
That is going to be a hold on Coconino, so that's going to back them up. Wow, or at least we're assuming it is. Yeah, it is going to be a hold. So that is going to back up Coconino to about their own 20. So right where they started the drive. And now to be 1st and 21. Opportunity here for the Marauders. Watson. Again in the shotgun formation, takes the snap, hands it off, this time on the left side here to French. French gets brought down, small gain on that run, should bring up 2nd down, still long for the Coconino Panthers with 7:18 to go in the first quarter.
Yeah, really long, and this is what the Marauders have to do is capitalize on mistakes like that. Yeah. Coconino is going to back themselves up, and we talked about one of the keys to the game is forcing the pass. Here we are. It's 2nd and long right now, just about in a passing situation, you would think.
Right. So now 2nd and 18 here on the Coconino 24. Watson lined up in the shotgun formation with French alongside him. 6:52 to go. French man in motion. They're going to hand it off left side. This time it is to number 22. That is Gabriel Collado. So Collado gets a small gain. And we'll bring up 3rd and long for the Coconino Panthers. But like we said, this could be an opportunity, Nick, for the Marauders defense to get a stop, force a punt, potentially get Angelo Alvarez to get them into good field position. No pressure to Angelo, of course, but this could be a big opportunity for the Marauders if they can stop Coconino on 3rd and long. However, we've already seen French break out for a 10-yard run already.
Yeah, that first run looked easy. I mean, he made it look really easy. Looked like, all right, I'll just get 10 yards every play. That's how he looked. And, yeah, here we are, forcing the pass. You would think, with a great rushing attack, you never know what Coco might do.
It's Watson and French in the backfield. Man in motion coming to the right side. 6 minutes to go in the first quarter, and we've got a flag.
Ooh, delay of game.
It is going to be a delay of game, so that's going to back up Coconino just a little bit more and take away some of that gains that they had on the ground just a couple plays ago. We'll redo 3rd down, but now it's going to be 3rd and 23 on the Coconino 24 with 6 minutes to go in the first quarter. 0-0 our score on the Larry Green Chevrolet scoreboard.
And at this point, boy, seemingly almost 3rd and 20, over 20-something. You wonder if Coconino's just going to play it safe here.
3rd and 23 here on the Coco 24. Watson and French in the backfield. Watson, man in motion, takes the snap, dropping back to pass. First pass of the night. Watson trying to go over the middle. It is tipped and incomplete. Mario Camacho and Hunter Perkins on the defensive stop there. And a great defensive stop as we look at it here on Verde Valley TV. Watson dropping back to pass. Not a bad ball from the sophomore quarterback. Just a little bit over the head of Ruiz, the intended receiver, as that one is deflected by Hunter Perkins and Mario Camacho. Great defensive stop there by Camacho. We talked about it. Camacho's going to have a tough time against Andy Ruiz, and a great stop there with 5:55 to go here. It'll be 4th and 23, and the Panthers will punt. Alvarez waiting around the Marauder 45. It'll be a sky-high punt. We'll see where Alvarez decides to pick it up. It'll take a hop at the 50 and roll to the 40 and stop at about the Marauder 38. So that's where Mingus Union will start their offensive drive. They went 4 and out on a missed field goal in their first offensive opportunity here with 5:44 to go in the first quarter. We'll see what they can do on 1st and 10 on the Marauder 38.
Well, so far, Coach Anguiano's forecast is pretty spot on. A defensive game.
Yeah.
A couple of 3 and outs right off the bat. One for Mingus, one for Coconino. Obviously, both sides of the ball tried rushing it. Neither of the passes worked.
Harrison under center. 2 men in the backfield. 1st and 10. Harrison's going to hand it off on the inside to Angelo Alvarez. Alvarez going to fight for a few extra yards and get pushed forward. Not enough for the first down, but another good run there by the senior running back Angelo Alvarez.
It's a Chris Berman doing the rumbling, bumbling. I mean, that's Alvarez every single run, it seems like. That's great to see that young man back after missing last week. He was obviously missed there. Great run. Nice job on that interior offensive line.
2nd and 4 now for the Mingus Union Marauders. Ball spotted on the Mingus Union 44. Harrison's going to hand it off right side to Hunter Perkins. Perkins unable to pick up the first down and to bring up 3rd and short for the Marauders. Getting close to under 5 minutes in the first quarter. I'll tell you what, Nick, it's not as cold here in Coconino as it was when we were here last year.
Yeah, most certainly. Yeah, I felt like it was snowing last year when we were here.
That was the first game of the season.
Yeah, that was a good Coconino Panthers team, and it was a pretty close game too.
Well, we played Flagstaff in that game. So Harrison under center here, 3rd and 3. They're going to flip it to the left side for Angelo Alvarez. Alvarez shedding a couple blockers is brought down by a plethora of Panthers right around the Marauder 40. Not enough for the first down, and to bring up 4th down and short for Mingus Union. We'll see what Coach Monsabayas wants to do. As you see, the flip to the left side by Alvarez was a great toss and reception. But the Panthers just shutting it down on the left side, excuse me.
Yeah, and you can see the replay here. That interior offensive line for the Marauders, Glassman, Lathan in the middle. Those guys do a good job of getting off the ball, but Coconino does a better job of watching the outside.
Harrison's going to punt it. It's going to take a hop at the 30 and go out of bounds. So that'll put the Panthers back on their side of the field as Jacob Klaus was back to return that kick. 3 minutes and 59 seconds left here in the first quarter. And the Panthers will start 1st and 10 on their own 30.
A little bit of a field position battle here.
Yeah, a little bit. But that's what you want to get in a region matchup. You want a close game.
These region games, man, that's how these have gone, and that's just exciting football.
I'll tell you what, for those of you who are just tuning into our broadcast, if you missed the Flagstaff, if the Flagstaff game and the Bradshaw Mountain game are any indication of how this one's going to be, we're in for a fun game.
Oh, yeah.
3:59 to go here in the first quarter. Coconino starting on their own 30, 1st and 10. Watson under center. Hands it off inside to Cooper French. French fighting for a few extra yards, not enough for the first down. Good another run there by the junior running back. French also a wrestler at Coconino High School.
Boy, and you can tell in that running style he's got very similar to Alvarez, where he's going to take his defenders with him. Gotta love it.
3 minutes, 34 to go here in the first quarter. 2nd and 4 on the Coconino 36. Watson under center. Man in the backfield again, that's French. Watson, man in motion, takes the snap, hands it off left side to French. French trying to fight for the first down, he'll get it. And it'll be 1st and 10.
Yeah, that's a great power run there by the Panthers. That's a nice job. French really didn't have much there. Marauders defense does a good job of kind of collapsing on the line of scrimmage, but French is just a smart running back, knows how to reach forward and grab the first down.
1st and 10 on the Coconino 43. Getting close to under 3 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Watson under center. Again on the Coconino 43, man in motion. Watson takes the snap, hands it off inside to French. French able to pick up a couple yards on that run. Swallowed up there by the Marauder defense. That's Michael Zunich on the tackle. As well as there was another Marauder down at the bottom of that tackle. I didn't get a chance to see. It was Smith.
Yep.
Okay. Emmett Smith, a little bit of a later addition to the Marauder offense and defense, but has been effective. Also a baseball player at Mingus Union High School. Getting close to under 2 minutes here in the first quarter. Ball spotted on the Coconino 48. 2nd and 5. French with a man in motion. Watson under center. Watson takes the snap, hands it off on the inside. Cooper French now taking it to the left side, gets a couple blockers. French trying to get out of bounds. He'll get tackled out of bounds around the 40. First down for Coconino, and they're starting to move the ball, Nick.
Yeah, and boy, French is getting comfortable out there. You can hear the home crowd going, ooh, and ah, when he's making his jukes out there. That's great. Yeah, deservedly so. French moving the Panthers upfield.
1:58 to go here in the first quarter. 1st and 10 on the Marauder 40 now. Coconino trying to strike first. Watson under center. Man in the backfield, that's French. Watson with a man in motion. Takes the snap. Rolling out to his right to pass. Watson. That one is, we'll see if it was completed near the sideline. There is a penalty down. And let's see if they called the catch a catch. I think maybe the intended receiver, number 88 for Coconino. That is Mathis Ortiz. He did not make the catch, so that'll bring up 2nd down. There was a penalty on the field. I think it's going to back Coconino up to their side of the field.
Yeah, that's going to be a holding call on the Panthers.
So that is going to back up the Coconino Panthers and make this a very long first down. 1st and 25 on now the Coconino 40.
And I'll tell you what, that's already 25 yards of penalties for the Panthers.
Watson operating in the backfield with French behind him. Man in motion. Watson takes the snap. He's going to hand it off left side. Cooper French gets a couple blockers, cuts back to the middle. French gets brought down right around the 40 where they started. Not enough for the first down, but does sort of cut into that long field that Coconino had to get to that first down. So now to bring up 2nd down, and still a little bit of ways to go, but not as bad as 1st and 25.
Yeah, and boy, French is adding to his great rushing stats already in this game. You better thank that offensive line of his. He's already looking at 50 yards, just under that.
2nd and 12 now for the Panthers on the Marauder 42. 1 minute and 20 seconds to go here. Watson in the shotgun formation. Takes the snap. Hands it off left side. That's going to be French again. French gets past the original line of scrimmage, close to the Marauder 35-yard line. Again, not enough for the first down, but gets them even closer to the first down now, Nick. 3rd, and we're in single digits.
Yeah, going to be an interesting play call here. Another crucial 3rd down. And you wonder, does Coconino have the leg to try a field goal if it comes down to it?
3rd and 6 for the Panthers on the Marauder 36. 45 seconds to go in the first quarter. 0-0 our score on the Larry Green Chevrolet scoreboard. Watson operating in the backfield. Watson takes the snap. They're going to hand it off on the inside and pick up the first down on a little bit of a trickery play. We'll see who the ball carrier was. That was number 42. And you can see it was a direct snap to the fullback, Noah Hauer. And Hauer picks up the first down. What a great drive by the Coconino offense to come back, Nick, at 1st and 25, are now 1st and 10 on the Marauder 29, knocking on the door of the end zone. Watson takes the snap, dropping back to pass this time. Watson to the right side, completed. That into the hands of Jonathan Padilla, the tight end. Not enough for the first down, but makes it 2nd and very short.
It also gives Coconino that confidence to drop back and throw the ball a little bit. With a completion, you know, Watson's going to be feeling it a little bit more, which you got to be careful. Coconino's got such a strong rushing attack.
6 seconds to go here as the Panthers try to get into the end zone before the end of the first quarter. Watson operating in the backfield. Ball is snapped. Watson's going to hand it off to French. French on the right side. Got some room to run. French brought down by Camacho. Maybe no. French will find his way into the end zone. A touchdown for the Coconino Panthers gives them an early 6-0 lead as the clock expires in the first quarter. And before we head to the second, we'll have the extra point, but Cooper French gets into the end zone once again.
And you got to love the fireworks going off right as soon as he gets in here on senior night. That's a great run by that running back there for the Panthers. And, boy, the Marauders are going to have to answer that one. That's a big drive.
Yeah, Camacho trying to bring down French at the end of that run, just unable to do so. A extra point is up and good. It'll make it a 7-0 Coconino Panthers lead. We'll get a fresh 12 minutes on the clock as we get the second quarter going here on KYBC and Verde Valley TV. We'll be right back.
The Suzy Q Market is the most convenient stop for road trips with 1,500 beverage selections and plenty of snacks. And save on fuel with the Marathon Make It Count reward program. The Suzy Q drive-thru window is the most convenient way to stop for those essentials on the way home.
Road trips start here with something for everyone.
At Suzy Q.
Shop local first, always.
Go Marauders!
2 things we can count on every year.
A new set of tax rules and great weather here in northern Arizona.
Jackson Hewitt Tax Service, locally owned and operated by Lewis Rice since 1997, is here for you all year long.
Your neighborhood Jackson Hewitt Tax Office will help you in all of your taxing situations.
Electronic filing is always free with your tax preparation at Jackson Hewitt Tax Service.
Get more in return. Call 1-800-234-1040 for an office near you.
It'll be a touchback to start the second quarter as the Mingus Union Marauders will start on their own 20. A 7-0 Coconino Panthers lead as we pick things up with a fresh 12 on the clock, which means a new quarter. 1st and 10 for Mingus Union. Philip Catalfamo alongside Nick Yatsinko. The Coconino Panthers able to get into the end zone on their first drive, or I'm sorry, before we ended the first quarter, not their first drive, but a great drive by the Coconino Panthers to get their offense going. And now the Marauders will look to respond. Harrison operating under center with Alvarez and Perkins in the backfield. Harrison takes the snap. He's going to hand it off to the left side. That's going to be Hunter Perkins. Perkins brought down on that small gain.
Yeah, boy, Perkins did a nice job of following his blockers. Might have followed a little bit too close. Looked like he kind of caught right up to Calvin Miller, who was making a nice block, and just hit him in the back.
So now to bring up 2nd and 7 for the Mingus Union Marauders on that small gain there by Hunter Perkins. Ball spotted on the Coconino 23. Or excuse me, the Marauder 23. 11:30 to go. Harrison hands it off to Alvarez on the right side. Alvarez brought down on just a small gain on that run. And it'll bring up 3rd down.
Yeah, maybe just 1 yard or so on that one. Coconino does a good job of bunching up at that line of scrimmage, making it real tough to move down the field. And, you know, just like Mingus, I'm sure was keying on the rushing attack for Coconino, it goes both ways. You know, the Marauders are definitely better at rushing that football, more yards on the ground, so Coconino's keying on that too.
Harrison operating in the backfield. Alvarez alongside him. Now we'll move his way under center, and we'll get a timeout on the side of Coconino. We'll take one as well with 10:50 to go in the second quarter. Coconino leads Mingus Union 7-0. Stay with us.
The Suzy Q Market is the most convenient stop for road trips with 1,500 beverage selections and plenty of snacks. And save on fuel with the Marathon Make It Count reward program. The Suzy Q drive-thru window is the most convenient way to stop for those essentials on the way home.
Road trips start here with something for everyone.
At Suzy Q.
Shop local first, always.
Go Marauders!
We welcome you back here to Verde Valley TV and KYBC after that timeout by the Coconino Panthers. They currently lead the Mingus Union Marauders 7-0. Philip Catalfamo alongside Nick Yatsinko. 10:51 to go here in the second quarter. Harrison takes the snap. He's going to look to pass. Harrison's going to look over the middle, and it's incomplete to Kyle Ramirez. And Harrison had a man downfield, but just overthrew him a little bit too much. So that'll bring up 4th down and 5 for the Mingus Union Marauders.
And boy, I really like that play call, Philip. It's almost
had it.
Looking like a draw. Zach almost looked like he was going to try to take off with it, and then he knew he had Ramirez downfield and launches it. Just overshot him.
So Harrison will punt it away. Ball will take a hop around the 50-yard line and roll back to the Marauder side and go out of bounds. So now Coconino will start on the Marauder 47-yard line. 1st and 10.
It's going to be a true test of who can keep the other team's offense off the field at this point, too. Very similar to last week at Benjamin Franklin. With all these rushing plays and rushing drives, it's going to eat the clock really, really fast.
Well, now Coconino with an opportunity here. Their first offensive possession here in the second quarter. They're able to get into the end zone as time expired in the first quarter. 10:38 to go. Watson operating in the shotgun formation, man in motion. French lined up along behind him. They're going to hand it off to the right side. French now cutting back inside. Sheds a few tacklers, able to pick up the first down. Another good run there by Cooper French.
Yeah, that's a great run down there. Looked out, they forgot to change the marker. That said 4th down, but it was definitely 1st. Didn't really matter, huh? Either way, he was gonna get that 10 yards. Just a nice run, and you can see how he lowers his shoulder at the end of the play. Very similar to these tough Marauder running backs. Lowers that shoulder, lower the boom.
Getting close to under 10 minutes here in the second quarter. Watson and French, the two in the backfield. Ball spotted on the Marauder 36, 1st and 10. Watson takes the snap, dropping back to pass now. Watson, quick pass to the right side, completed to Cooper French. French turning upfield to the right side, trying to get brought down. He will. French picks up another first down as he's tackled around the Marauder 20.
Boy, and I'll tell you what, I mean, Marauder alumni here, you're a little bit scared seeing Coconino have such success already through the air. A couple of nice passing plays, and setting up that pass is really going to open it up for French down there.
And on the flip side of that, Nick, I mean, the fact that Coconino can establish their run so early on makes the pass such a threat. We talk about shutting down the run to get to the pass, but obviously if you can't stop the run, it's kind of hard to do the second thing. Watson again lined up with French. Ball spotted on the Marauder 22, 1st and 10. Watson hands it off to French on the right side. French brought down. Did he pick up the first down again? We'll wait for the official call. May have been just shy, so it'll bring up 2nd down in inches as Coconino gets closer and closer to the end zone.
You see Emmett Smith out there. Those big guys going both ways on the football. That's a tall task.
2nd and 2 on the Marauder 14. 8 minutes and 57 seconds to go in the second quarter. Watson, along with French in the backfield. Watson takes the snap, hands it off to the left side. Cooper French cuts back inside. French now to the right side and finally brought down. Does pick up the first down. Will get tackled around the Marauder 10.
Yeah, and that's just another power series by Coconino, Philip. These guys are driving down the field, chewing clock up. I mean, obviously, when you have a running back like French, you can lean on him a lot. And that's putting French right under 100 yards already here in the beginning of the second quarter.
He's already got a touchdown. 8 minutes, 25 seconds to go in the second quarter. Watson and French in the backfield on the Marauder 9, 1st and 10. Man in motion. Watson takes the snap, dropping back to pass this time. Looking to the end zone. It is incomplete.
Yeah, nice job there by that Marauders defense. Couldn't quite see. We got the
It was Ruiz
here
on the intended receiver, but we'll take a look here at defensively. Camacho again. Right there, playing Ruiz tough.
Great coverage.
8:11 to go in the second quarter. Ball again on the Marauder 9. 2nd and goal. Watson operating again in the backfield along with French. Watson takes the snap, hands it off to the left side. That's going to be number 22 getting into the end zone for Coconino. Stopped just shy. A touchdown saving tackle by Hunter Perkins on the run from Gabriel Collado.
Yeah, and Collado just about gets in, and Hunter said nope. Takes him right out at the lower legs there. And all you young athletes, young football players, that's a great tackle. Hunter Perkins isn't going to try to wrap him up and drag him down. You're just going to get right at his legs, make sure he does go down.
3rd and goal for the Coconino Panthers on the Marauder 2. Watson takes the snap, hands it off on the inside. Cooper French easily gets into the end zone and extends the Coconino lead 13-0 with 7:33 to go in the first half.
Yeah, just another power run by French. That's an easy touchdown. They don't have to get far. It was only 2 yards for French, but deservedly gets another touchdown on the night. And boy, if you're the Marauders, going to have to find an answer for that fast.
Extra point attempt is on the way, and it'll make it 14-0, 7:33 to go. In the second quarter, Coconino leads the Mingus Union Marauders on the Larry Green Chevrolet scoreboard. Marauders will get a chance on offense. Stay with us.
Since 1925, Tiffany Construction has worked with developers and local and federal government to build, expand, and improve infrastructure, roads, drainage systems, and subdivisions. From concept to completion, the Tiffany Construction team provides a full complement of construction services and state-of-the-art delivery methods customized to fit your needs and budget. They're Arizona's longest tenured family-owned and operated civil contractor and proudly serving the Verde Valley since 1991. Tiffany Construction, knowledge and experience to bring your project to reality.
7 minutes and 33 seconds to go here at Coconino High School. Philip Catalfamo alongside Nick Yatsinko. We're getting close to halftime here at Cromer Stadium as the Panthers will send it down the field to the awaiting Mingus Union Marauder. That's Angelo Alvarez returning it around the 10. Alvarez trying to cut back inside, finds a room to run on the left side. Alvarez still going now and is brought down finally at the Marauder 40. Another good return from Angelo Alvarez.
And hopefully he's okay. Took a big lick on that play there. Took about 4 Panthers to take him down, but that 4th one coming in hit him real hard. Looks like he's just going to shake that one off. And you see that big offensive line for the Marauders there. Glassman, Isaiah Latham out there, Calvin Miller, big Anthony Islas. You guys got to close down, get down the field, and get your running back in that end zone.
7:24 to go here. Harrison operating in the backfield along with Alvarez. Harrison dropping back to pass. Pressure coming. Harrison over the middle. One-handed grab. We'll see if it was completed. It was not completed. It'll go incomplete. Freddie Jimenez almost had the catch of the season for the Mingus Union Marauders over the middle. As we take a look at it here at Verde Valley TV, a slant route right into the right hand of Freddie Jimenez goes incomplete. Did not have possession on that catch. And now to bring up 2nd and 10 on the Marauder 40. As Jimenez really almost came up with a great catch.
That's fun to watch. Just about the whole home crowd takes a big deep breath there, and we thought he kind of held on to that one.
So now to bring up 2nd and 10 again on the Marauder 40. 7:17 to go. Harrison Going to flip it to the right side for Angelo Alvarez. Pressure coming. Alvarez able to shed a couple tacklers. Fighting for a few extra yards. Does turn it into some positive yards. Getting real close to that first down. Just shy on that run from Alvarez on the flip from Zach Harrison.
Yeah, that's such a clutch run. I mean, Alvarez gets to the outside. There's not much there. You can see it on the replay here. A good pitch by Zach as he's getting tackled. And then, Panthers do a good job of containment, but Alvarez just says, nope, I'm going to beat you with my speed.
7 minutes and 8 seconds to go here. 3rd and 2 for the Marauders on their own 48. Harrison is going to hand it off left side. Hunter Perkins picks up the first down and a little bit more for Perk as the ball's loose. But they're going to calm down. So Perkins picks up the first down, gets onto the Coconino side of the football field. And it'll be 1st and 10 for Mingus Union on that run from Perk.
Yeah, pretty evident that he got wrapped up and hit the ground first, but nonetheless, all you running backs out there, you really want to hang on to that thing until the run's over. You never know.
Yeah, ball security definitely a big thing in high school football as these kids are still learning how to play the game the right way. But no damage done. Yeah, no damage done. Yep. Perkins did a great job of getting the first down. So now it'll be 1st and 10 on the Marauder 43. 6:46 to go in the second quarter. Harrison is going to hand it off to Alvarez on the right side. Alvarez has got some room to run. He will fall out of bounds around the 30. First down as there's a flag down on the field.
And interesting to see a little bit of extracurricular activity as the center for this week, Isaiah Latham, got called on the hold there. One of the Panthers was in the backfield with him, raising his hands up like, hey, what the heck?
Well, that's going to back up Mingus Union a little bit. And now we'll make it a long first down as you can hear the band in the student section making their presence known here at Coconino High School. We're on the parent side of the stands, I'm assuming.
A great turnout for senior night.
Yeah, great turnout. A lot of Panthers fans here. And, of course, we got a little bit of a traveling crew for the Mingus Union Marauders. But great to see both sides of the field getting a lot of support from the parents, guardians, family members, friends. As Harrison takes a snap at the Marauder 45, dropping back to pass. Harrison left side completed. Not enough for a big gain there as it bring up still 2nd and long. As the Marauders have a player down on the field, that pass completed to Perkins. And there is somebody down for the Mingus Union Marauders.
Yeah, it looks like Emmett Smith, one of the big guys going both ways for the Marauders. Boy, he looks like he's in quite a bit of pain out there. Hopefully he's okay as the trainers come out to tend to him.
So Marauders trying to get reset here.
Never like the knee or leg injuries because I suffered one myself, and boy, that's hopefully it's nothing major, but could be very painful down there. Hopefully Emmett's going to be okay.
We've got 6:18 to go here in the first half. Coconino leading 14-0 against the Mingus Union Marauders on our Larry Green Chevrolet scoreboard. 2nd and 18 for the Mingus Union Marauders on their own 49. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll get you updated on the player on the field, and we'll get the rest of the second quarter going here on Verde Valley TV and KYBC.
I'm Chris.
And I'm Tandy, owners of Taylor Waste.
We're homegrown in the Verde Valley and nearly your last local choice.
We want to be your first choice for residential and small business garbage service.
Get a free month service when you make the switch to Taylor Waste.
And enjoy monthly service as low as $16 per month.
Visit TaylorWaste.com for more information.
Or to start service, call Taylor Waste at 649-2662.
Taylor Waste, service tailored to your needs.
6:18 to go here in the second quarter. Want to welcome you back to KYBC and Verde Valley TV. Philip Catalfamo alongside Nick Yatsinko. Marauder players still down on the field. Coconino leading 14-0. Never want to see an injury, Nick, of course, on any side of the field.
No, and that's anytime you see a player grabbing onto the leg, knee, ankles, it's always a tough one. You got to really take it easy. All the precautions out there. It's like both training staffs are out there. And, you know, Marauders kind of battling some injuries, and we got some guys still not here, and protocols just kind of playing it safe, trying to get back for the end of the season. And, I have some experience with knee injury myself. I suffered in California camp, which was right before our football season, about a month before the season. And I had a couple options. It was to either sit out my entire season, and then I could potentially play college football. But standing at 5'9", there was no way I was going to play college ball. So I opted for the big brace, strapped me up, let me get in there and play. And
now you're here.
Went great. It went great. But the very first game we played Apollo High School down in Phoenix, and very first touchdown we scored, I got my knee taken out. The bad one that I injured in the camp, and I had to sit out the next game. And I remember I was begging and pleading to get back in there, and then I was fortunate enough to come back after missing one game. But those Marauders who are sitting out now, that's real tough to see. Hopefully they're going to be okay. The Marauders are going to give Emmett some love when he gets up.
Yeah, I believe Emmett Smith for the Mingus Union Marauders will be carted off here on the field. Like Nick said, you never want to see anybody grab their knee or that lower leg. You never know what could be down there. So many tendons and ligaments and bones in your leg, but leg injuries in football, man, they are not fun.
No, and they end careers a lot of times. Hopefully Emmett's going to be okay and able to get back in this season. Any kind of a sprain or anything, you're looking at a couple weeks. Sprains aren't too bad, but it's really when you get into tears. Very nice to see him up and hopping along. Obviously, the training staff's got some of that equipment off to relieve him.
Yeah, so Smith will get back onto the field, or get onto the cart and make his way off the field. As we reset here on KYBC and Verde Valley TV after the injury, ball spotted on the Mingus Union 49. 2nd and 18 with 6:18 to go in the second quarter. And Nick, the Marauders would love to get into the end zone before we head to halftime.
Yeah, it's almost crucial, right? Because Coconino's going to continue to run the ball. You think Marauders are continue to run as well. We haven't had too much success through the air. Zach's only completed the one pass for 3 yards so far. And with that being said, that means that the clock is going to tick real fast. Yeah. So, you're really going to want to get into the end zone here. Nice to see that group of Marauders out there giving Emmett some love. Saying, nice job, big guy.
Do want to update you just kind of briefly on some of the other games going around the 4A as Emmett makes his way off the field. Bradshaw and Flagstaff, 13-0. Bradshaw leading in that one in the second quarter. Mesquite and Prescott taking on each other. Lee Williams on the bye, and of course Mingus Union taking on Coconino. So Emmett Smith makes his way off the field. Wish you a speedy recovery, Emmett. 6:18 to go here. 2nd and 18 on the Marauder 49, looking to convert very long. 14-0 Coconino with the lead.
It's a gut check time. As I've said before for the Marauders, got to get in, try to find a way into that end zone here. Moving down the field, except it's a 2nd and long right now.
Yeah, 2nd and 18 right now, again on the Marauder 49. First down marker is spotted at the Coconino 33, so that's where Mingus Union has got to get to keep their drive going. As Harrison tries to stay warm, we get a couple guys reset here. Do want to thank a few of our sponsors for tonight's broadcast.
We got number 55 coming in as well. That is not Esteban Loretto. He is wearing number 55 tonight, going to come in and replace Emmett.
Harrison takes the snap, rolling out to his left, gets a bunch of blockers ahead of him. Harrison tipped through the air and incomplete. So tips out of the hand of Freddie Jimenez, almost falls into the lap of, I believe, Hunter Perkins, but it goes out of bounds.
Perkins was clapping at the end of that one like, I almost had that. Let's try that one again.
Run it back. So to bring up 3rd down and very long for the Mingus Union Marauders as they look to convert here. Again, 3rd and 18 for Mingus Union. Harrison and Alvarez in the backfield. 3rd and 18 on the Marauder 49. Harrison takes the snap, dropping back to pass. Harrison Steps up, throws over the middle. It's completed to Perkins. Perkins trying to cut back upfield to get the first down. He'll be just shy, but a great gain by the Marauders and an opportunity to convert here on 4th and short.
Yeah, that's just clutch by the senior quarterback there. Zach Harrison, nice job. Well done. Steps back in the pocket, takes his patience and takes his time and just looks at the field, find Perkins.
Want to thank All Price Insurance, Taylor Waste, Yavapai College, and Rock Sioux Screen Printers for sponsoring aspects of tonight's broadcast. 5:30 to go here in the second quarter. Ball on the Coconino 34. 4th and 1 for the Marauders. Harrison going to go for the quarterback sneak and pick it up.
Yeah, great play call there. Great play call. A couple guys spread out wide. You got a couple guys in the backfield, and you're just going to catch them off guard with Zach taking it right up the center.
So first down for the Marauders on the Panther 31. It'll be 1st and 10 as the Marauders try to get into the end zone before we head to halftime. 5:17 to go. Harrison in the backfield. Takes the snap, hands it off to Angelo Alvarez. Alvarez cutting to the right side. Alvarez got some room to run. Around the 10, gets a blocker ahead. Alvarez still staying in bounds. He'll get out of bounds. We'll see if he stepped out. There is a flag down on the field. I believe Alvarez stepped out before he got into the end zone regardless. We'll see where the flags fall as we take a look at the replay on that run. And Alvarez had some room to run on the right side. Just doing a great job of cutting up field.
Tell you what, that's going to hurt though, Philip.
Yeah,
that is really going to hurt. That's a block in the back, and you couldn't quite catch it there on the replay. It came in real fast, but Ramirez just trying to kind of cut his guy off. Definitely touches the back of the shoulder pads, and that's going to get you a flag thrown every time.
So that's going to back up Mingus Union. As we wait for the official ball placement here, as instead of a touchdown, it'll be spotted at the Coconino 22. 2nd and short here as the Marauders look to pick up first down. Off the block of the back call. Getting close to under 5 minutes here. Harrison alongside Alvarez. Man in motion. Harrison takes the snap. Hands it off again to Alvarez on the left side. Alvarez sheds a few tacklers, picks up the first down. Another great run by Angelo as he's tackled around the Coconino 12. First down. There's the chipping away, Nick.
Yeah, and that's what you got to do. You have a player go down in Emmett Smith right now. You're down 14-0. You need to come up with something that's going to give you some confidence and momentum. And right now, that offensive line is getting the job done. Alvarez, of course, is going to come up with some great runs.
Yeah. 4:39 to go in the second quarter. 1st and 10 on the Coconino 14. Harrison takes the snap, hands it off to the right side. That's going to be Hunter Perkins. Gets a few blocks ahead and is brought down around the 10-yard line. Not a huge gain on that run from Perk. As he pops back up, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
That's a good job blocking out there. Saw Glassman out there, Calvin Miller, those guys following their guys outfield. And Perkins just kind of looks for their numbers, which that's a great running back trait to have. Just run right behind those big guys. They'll take it to daylight.
Yeah, you might as well. Getting close to under 4 minutes here in the second quarter.
Just don't run into them.
Yeah, definitely don't do that. Makai Arnado in the backfield with Harrison. Ball spotted on the Coconino 12. Harrison's handing it off to the left side. Makai Arnado brought down at the line.
Panthers snuffed that one out, huh?
Yeah, they knew it was coming.
That was a great defensive stop by the Panthers. No chance there for the Marauders.
Yeah, you get your counter back in with Makai Arnado, and like you said, Nick, they sniffed it out.
I mean, I like using the different weapons.
Of course.
That's going to always open it up a little bit more, but Coconino ready for that one.
3 minutes and 20 seconds to go here in the second quarter as we get a timeout on the field for Mingus Union High School. We'll take one as well. 3:25 to go. Coconino leading 14-0. Stay with us here on Verde Valley TV and KYBC.
Yavapai College has 6 campuses and centers in Sedona, the Prescott area, and the Verde Valley. With more than 100 degree and certificate programs, YC has what you need to jumpstart your academic journey. Our athletics teams are some of the best in the nation, and we have plenty of student-led clubs, organizations, and activities. Our full-time student discount makes YC the most affordable option in Arizona for a full-time student. Learn more today at yc.edu.
3:25 to go as we pick it back up here at Coconino High School as your Mingus Union Marauders travel to take on the Coconino Panthers. Philip Catalfamo alongside Nick Yatsinko. We've got 3:25 to play here in the first half. Marauders trying to convert on 3rd and 8 on the Coconino 12.
I'll tell you what I just heard during the break is I got to give some credit to that student section for Coconino, Philip. The chant during the timeout, folks, was talk it over.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Love that.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Harrison operating under center with Perkins and Alvarez in the backfield. Marauders trying to convert on 3rd and 8 on the Coconino 12. Harrison takes the snap, dropping back to pass, pressure coming immediately. Harrison flushed out of the pocket and brought down. Huge loss.
Just a great defensive effort by Coconino, and they sure did talk it over. They brought the heat. Marauders not quite ready for a blitz or stunt or anything, and they got to Zach.
So now Marcus Bueno will be on for the field goal here with under 3 minutes to go. Missed his first attempt from a little bit further back, and now he'll get an opportunity here.
I'll have to correct myself. That must have been Harrison on that first field goal that adjusted the snap very well.
Harrison takes the snap, kick is up, and it's blocked. Field goal attempt is blocked by the Panthers.
Wow, huge. Crowd's going nuts here, Coconino, as they should. That's a huge block. Coconino able to barrel through that line. Give their offense another chance to get more points on the board, and with 2 minutes and 30 seconds left. Yeah, and how about all rushing, seemingly? A couple completions, which will keep the clock going too. But, I mean, this half has gone by very, very fast, and it's Coconino. It's looking like it's going to have the ball till the end of it.
Watson will operate in the backfield along with French. Watson takes the snap with the ball on the Coconino 24. They're going to do that direct snap again to the fullback. And it'll be just enough for a couple extra yards there on the run. That time it was number 85. That was Reed Merrill.
That's a funky play call there. That's some trickery.
Yeah.
Almost like a fake snap over the head, which you saw, and then give it to the running back right up tight.
It'll be 2nd and 5 here. Watson hands it off to the right side. French picks up the first down and a little bit more. Another good run there by Cooper French as he gets out of bounds. That'll freeze the clock at 2 minutes. And it'll be 1st and 10 on the Coconino 37-yard line.
And you bet we're going to see a lot of this right here, rushing the French or that fullback, trying to drain out the rest of this first half.
1 minute and 40 seconds to go here in the first half. 1st and 10. Ball on the Coconino 38. French and Watson in the backfield. Ball is snapped. Watson's going to drop back to pass. Watson lofts it over the middle. It is incomplete. Jimenez and Grijalva on the coverage. That pass intended to Jonathan Padilla.
Padilla trying to get that one-hand grab too.
Yeah, in double coverage too. Not a bad ball there by Watson. Puts it right where he needs to put it. Just out of the reach of Padilla.
Somebody's got to come up with the one-handed catch tonight.
It'll happen. I think it'll happen at some point. Maybe we'll see it during Youth Football Day on November 6th.
Oh, I love it. I love it, hopefully.
But here we go, 2nd and 10. Ball on the Coconino 38. 1 minute and 30 seconds to go here. Watson takes the snap. Hands it off to French. French working to the right side now. Cuts back up the middle. French gets the first down and a little bit more. Tackled around the mid-yard line, the 50-yard line.
Yeah, and French just has such great patience. Here you see it on your replay here. Watson's just going to kind of stand there. It's another running back draw where running back just stands next to him. Use your patience, wait for their lane to open up, and French does a great job of just running right through that, get another first down.
So it'll be 1st and 10 here for the Panthers. Ball on the 50-yard line. Watson hands it off to the left side. That's going to be, this time, number 3. That's going to be Jacob Klaus. Klaus brought down just shy of the first down. It'll be 2nd and short, as now the Panthers are on the Marauder side of the football field. And now we've got a timeout on the field. We'll take one as well. Getting close to under a minute here in the second quarter. 14-0 our score. Coconino still going on offense.
You're going to love the new interactive website from Roxu Screen Printers. Now you can create your custom t-shirt design online. Simply choose a t-shirt or hat style, easily upload your logo, or create the perfect design. Workwear, tees, uniforms, polos, and caps, and let's not forget those special occasion tees, all designed online by you. Go to ROKZOO.com, Roxu Screen Printing in Cottonwood, where clothing comes to rock. 24/7 at the all-new Roxu.com.
Want to welcome you back here to KYBC and Verde Valley TV on the campus of Coconino High School. Coconino Panthers leading the Mingus Union Marauders 14-0 on our Larry Green Chevrolet scoreboard. 1 minute and 4 seconds left here in the second quarter. Coconino operating on the Marauder 42, 2nd and 1, trying to pick up the first down. Watson takes the snap. Dropping back to pass. Pressure coming. Watson flushed out of the pocket, throws it out of bounds smartly, and it'll bring up 3rd and short.
Yeah, good job by the sophomore quarterback. That's a leadership move right there, just throwing it out, making the safe play.
You can see there, Makai Arnado getting into the backfield. And like you said, Nick, Watson pulling the veteran move, throwing it out of bounds.
Going to stop the clock, too.
It'll stop
for Coconino at this point.
3rd and 1 on the Marauder 42. Watson takes the snap, hands it off to French. French picks up the first down, following some blockers. Is finally brought down around the Marauder 30. And now, Nick, the game plan's got to be keep Coconino out of the end zone before we head to halftime. A 2-touchdown deficit is a lot better than a 3-touchdown deficit.
And, boy, if you're a Coconino Panther fan, that's exactly what you're hoping for now. And what another successful drive so far for the Panthers.
Watson and French again in the backfield. Ball on the Marauder 30, 1st and 10, 40 seconds to go here. And we're going to get a flag, might be a false start. Either that or encroachment. As we for our official call, it is going to be encroachment on the Marauders. So that'll push Coconino even closer. And it'll bring up, we'll redo first down, but now 1st and 5 on the Marauder 25. Costly penalty.
And it's a little ironic. Coconino started the game with 3 penalties right off the bat. And here we have, towards the end of the first half, the Marauders catching up with 2 penalties themselves.
So 37 seconds to go here. 1st and 5 on the Marauder 25.
And if you're the Marauders defense right now, you want to tackle inbounds. You want to keep that clock going, try to get it into halftime.
Watson and French in the backfield. Watson is going to hand it off to French on the right side. French makes his way upfield and is brought down. Inbounds. So now to bring up a first down as the Panthers are able to convert there. 1st and 10 is now they're really knocking on the door of a touchdown here. Ball on the Marauder 19. Watson and French in the backfield. Watson takes the snap, hands it off right side. Cooper French trying to follow some blockers, is brought down. There is a flag down on the field. We'll see who it's on.
Going to be in the area of holding.
It is going to be holding on Coconino, so that'll back them up a little bit. Potentially give Mingus Union an opportunity here to keep Coconino off the scoreboard. Of course, the Marauders will start on defense when we start the 3rd quarter. As now Coconino is backed up to the Marauder 30. Oh, I'm sorry, the Marauder 28. 1st and 10. Coconino trying to get in with 15 seconds to go. Or excuse me, 1st and 20. Watson takes the snap, dropping back to pass. Pressure coming. Watson throws it over the middle. It is incomplete. Camacho trying to close out on that interception, but it goes into the back of the end zone for an incomplete pass, and it'll bring up a long 2nd down with 5 seconds to go here. We'll see if Coach Lapsley of Coconino High School wants to try maybe one more time for the end zone.
Looks like, I'm not sure if we're switching out for a field goal unit here for Coconino. Be interesting to see. I love seeing the high school kickers kick the field goals. Bueno's done a great job all season. That last one he attempted just short by 10 or 15 yards, wasn't much. And it looks like Coconino's going to be going for it.
Coconino going to attempt to go for it here on 2nd and 20. Ball on the Marauder 30. Watson's going to drop back to pass. Watson going to the end zone. It is completed on the right side. It was not into the end zone. It was near the Marauder sideline around the 10-yard line. Falls completed, but that's the end of the first half. And what an exciting first half it was, Nick. 14-0. Coconino rolling well, but however, Mingus Union with an opportunity here to come back and get a win.
Yeah, huge stop there at the end. That's how you run the clock out. Get into halftime, just down 2 scores. We're going to get to see the coaching adjustments made here at halftime. And Mingus, with 0 on the board, you got to break that goose egg and get into the end zone.
Well, the Marauders had a tough time getting into the end zone last week against Benjamin Franklin. And now this week running into a similar task against the Coconino Panthers. However, 14-0 at halftime right now, as the Mingus Union Marauders look to play catch-up against the Coconino Panthers. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll recap the first half. We'll get you ready for the second half right here on KYBC and Verde Valley TV. Stay with us.
People often refer to Larry Green Chevrolet as the people place. Keeping that reputation is a priority in the community, and with every customer that comes through the door. Larry Green Chevrolet, we're better and we'll prove it. If you're in the market for a new or pre-owned car, truck, van, or SUV, you'll find our selection extensive and the sales team professional and courteous. Visit Larry Green Chevrolet just off Highway 260 next to Walmart or LarryGreenChevrolet.com.
Starting in the late 1920s, Grandpa Gettle and his brothers laid the groundwork for what would become a family legacy. Almost 100 years and 100 patents later, Gettle's High Desert Mechanical continues to raise the bar of quality heating, cooling, and plumbing products and services in the Verde Valley.
Call Gettle's High Desert Mechanical Heating, Air Conditioning, and Plumbing at 567-2200 or online at GettlesHDM.com, providing solutions for your comfort. Don't settle. Get Gettles and go Marauders.
Choose the region's most comprehensive heart program. Choose care close to home. Choose world-class surgeons. Choose Northern Arizona Healthcare.
Choose precision. Choose innovation. Choose robotic-assisted knee and hip replacement. Choose Northern Arizona Healthcare.
All Price Insurance on Main Street in Cottonwood is your local insurance provider for personal and commercial insurance. Call and compare 23 insurance companies for home, health, auto, RV, motorcycle, boat, or ATV. Specialty insurance and insurance bonds are no problem at All Price Insurance. Call or visit All Price Insurance today.
You're going to love the new interactive website from Roxu Screen Printers. Now you can create your custom t-shirt design online. Simply choose a t-shirt or hat style, easily upload your logo, or create the perfect design. Workwear, tees, uniforms, polos, and caps, and let's not forget those special occasion tees, all designed online by you. Go to ROKZOO.com, Roxu Screen Printing in Cottonwood, where clothing comes to rock. 24/7 at the all-new Roxu.com.
Want to welcome you into the halftime show here at Coconino High School. Philip Catalfamo alongside Nick Yatsinko. Want to welcome you back on KYBC and Verde Valley TV. It is 14-0. Coconino Panthers currently ahead of the Mingus Union Marauders. It has been all Cooper French so far for the Coconino Panthers. There are some bright spots for the Mingus Union Marauders, which we will talk about here in just a couple seconds, Nick. But how are you feeling after that first half?
You got to shake the goose egg off. You got to find a way to get into the end zone. The Marauders rushing hasn't looked bad at all. That offensive line is getting a push, even though we're missing a couple key guys, still getting a push off the offensive line. We're giving Harrison a few seconds in the backfield to throw the ball. Only seen a couple completions so far, but as an offensive unit, you got to find a way to get into the end zone. Right now, you're on 6 quarters without scoring a touchdown. I'll tell you, that really hurts your confidence, so momentum, and all that'll get wiped away as soon as they can find pay dirt.
Well, I mean, we talked about it a little bit at the end of the first half as Coconino was starting to march down the field again. It was more so of, all right, what's the worst of two evils, a 3-touchdown deficit or a 2-touchdown deficit? And the Marauder defense stepped up and was able to get a stop and shut down the Coconino Panthers offense before they were able to get into the end zone again. But that's what we like to see. Like you said, Nick, the Marauders going to have to do a little bit better job of shoring up that running lanes against Cooper French on the defensive side. For the offensive side, just got to get things going. I think you're right. I think once the Marauders get into the end zone, they'll wipe off that scoreless drought they're in right now just from last game coming into this game as we see the Coconino Panthers cheerleaders getting the fans riled up here at Coconino High School like they needed to be riled up anymore. That student section, we've been hearing them all night. I agree. I think once the Marauders get into the end zone and remind themselves that they are a team that can score points, they should see a little bit more confidence on the field. I think defensively, despite the 2 rushing touchdowns for Cooper French, which we'll get his statistics in just a little bit, I think for the most part, the Marauders are doing a pretty decent job of containing when they can. Again, like last week, we saw fantastic rushers at Benjamin Franklin. This week, fantastic rushers here. You got a fullback option for Coconino, and then you just have French, who's just a beast at running back, and you got to find a way to stop those guys. But overall, like you just said, the Marauders aren't doing a bad job. They're not letting French break out 40-yard runs. Biggest run he's got of the night so far is a 25-yard scamper into the end zone. That was big. That lit Coconino up. That was their first score here on senior night. You don't need too much momentum after that. That got this place fired up. And yeah, if you're the Marauders, you got to come out. It's gut check time. Find the end zone. You got to force a turnover or something. Even if you can get into the end zone using your defense or special teams, that's going to help your offense and boost the confidence regardless. Well, we know the Mingus Union Marauders can get better field position with their special teams now that Angelo Alvarez has made his way back to the field. Of course, he was out last week due to an illness. Nothing had to do with COVID, of course, but he's back on the field. The Marauders are happy to see him back and running the ball, running well. Hunter Perkins has also been factoring in the offense. Let's take a look at some Marauder statistics here. Let's start off with the quarterback, Zach Harrison. Zach, not too many opportunities to throw, has thrown a couple nice balls, just unfortunately not falling his way. And I like the attempt he had to Ramirez towards the end of the half there. He drops back, almost looks like he's going to take off and run with it, and just misses over the top. There you see his stats here, 2 for 5, 16 yards. Not a huge night so far, obviously. Only 3 yards rushing. That's because he's been sacked twice. Right. So that's going to go negatively against his rushing yards. So Harrison's got to find a way to be comfortable. You want to see a few more completions. Keep the turnovers in the 0 column. You want that goose egg to be there for interceptions. And Marauders just got to keep it clean. That offensive line, we're missing some guys. Nick Schote, Emmett Smith is definitely out for this one. We saw him get carted off a little earlier. Hopefully he's okay. We're missing Esteban Loretto tonight. Right. So you see some young guys out there. Glassman's out there on that offensive line. Calvin Miller's out there. Yep. We saw number 55 go out, which is not Esteban Loretto, but obviously a younger guy stepping up to the plate. And these guys have done good. They're moving the ball. Even though we haven't found pay dirt yet, we're still moving the ball and finding a little bit of success on the ground. Let's talk about that ground game with Angelo Alvarez and Hunter Perkins. Let's start with Alvarez, of course, missed in the Marauder offense last week. Comes back this week, 9 carries, 40 yards on the ground so far. Has made the most of his opportunities. Of course, much kudos to the defensive line for the Coconino Panthers, doing a great job of shutting down those opportunities for Angelo Alvarez. They know he is a yards after contact kind of guy. Angelo will keep those legs churning and burning for a first down if he can. And he's going to want some more opportunities in the second half. Had a touchdown called back due to a block in the back, which does hurt a little bit, but penalties are going to happen. Yep. His counterback, Hunter Perkins, as we take a look at his statistics here, Perkins as well, trying to factor in the offense as well as that counterback. Makai Arnado got a couple runs as well. Freddie Jimenez as well. You see Perkins there, 4 carries, 12 yards. The Marauders are just kind of waiting for that opportunity to come out when they do get a chance to throw the ball or run the ball with a little more efficiency. And I'll tell you that the rushing attacks on both sides of the ball, not only do they drain the clock and make your linemen tired, and we got linemen going both sides of the ball, which is tough. You see kind of during the breaks on offense for Coconino, they're lined up over here. And I know it's the same on the Marauder sideline as well, but they're getting coached. They're kind of circled around that offensive coordinator, which for the Marauders, Bianguiano out there. Right. You're kind of getting the lowdown. What went good on that last drive? What didn't go good on that last drive? Trying to make the adjustments on the fly.
why. Coconino's done a great job of that. Mingus, we'll see what kind of adjustments we make at halftime, but that rushing attack is just going to be brutal. We're going to see it all night long. It's going to tear the clock down. That was the very first half that we just went through.
We are getting close to the start of the second half here at Coconino High School. The Mingus Union Marauders find themselves down 14-0 as we get close to the start of the third quarter. However, we are going to be joined by Dave Beery, the head basketball coach for the boys program at Mingus Union High School, on the other side of this break as he makes his return to the hardwood. Stay with us here on KYBC and Verde Valley TV. Coach Beery coming up next.
Choose the region's most comprehensive heart program. Choose care close to home. Choose world-class surgeons. Choose Northern Arizona Healthcare.
Choose precision. Choose innovation. Choose robotic-assisted knee and hip replacement. Choose Northern Arizona Healthcare.
Back to the halftime show here on KYBC and Verde Valley TV. I am Philip Catalfamo, and I am joined by Mingus Union High School boys varsity basketball coach Dave Beery. Coach Beery, welcome onto the halftime show.
Hey, Philip, how you doing?
I'm doing good, sir. First, welcome back to the hardwood. We'll talk a little bit with Coach Beery in an extended interview on Off the Bench next month. So we'll get a chance to talk a little bit about him returning back to the hardwood after taking a quick pause. But, Coach, in terms of here in 2021, how's the offseason looking so far?
It's good. You know, we've got a group of kids that have put in a lot of work, a lot of hard work, and looking forward to getting some more athletes out during tryouts and getting those fall sport athletes in the gym as well. So,
well, Coach, let's talk about those tryouts. Are tryouts underway? If not, when will they be happening? Where will they be happening? And what else does everyone need to know about the program?
Yeah, right now, you know, we're doing some open gyms, some off-season practices. But stuff officially starts for us on November 1st. And so that's when tryouts begin. I'm not real big into we're going to have 2 days of tryouts or something. We kind of have tryouts until we're comfortable with the decisions we need to make. And you know, with quite a bit of overlap now between fall and winter sports, sometimes it's probably going to be a little longer process than it's been in the past. So, but yep, looking forward to it.
So the team's shaping up pretty well, Coach. We're getting close to the start of the season. How does it feel to come back to coach to coach on the hardwood this year?
Yeah, it's great. It's good to be back. I'm glad I'm back. It was one of the hardest decisions I've made, stepping away, and coming back was a lot easier one, I'll say that. So, you know, I was pretty much waiting on my wife and daughter's blessing because it is a lot of time away from my family, but I love the sport and I love working with the kids and looking forward to this season.
Well, Coach, I know a lot of people are excited for you to come back and take over this program, and I'm very excited to get an opportunity to see you coach the Marauders this season. Again, this is varsity basketball boys coach David Beery. Coach Beery, thank you very much for coming on the halftime show to talk about the program. Like I mentioned, we'll have Coach Beery on again next month on Off the Bench, a little more extended interview. We'll talk about those tryouts and some of the new faces that might be replacing some of the seniors that graduated last year. But Coach Beery, thank you very much for coming on.
Appreciate it. Thanks.
We're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll get you ready for the second half football action here as the Mingus Union Marauders take on the Coconino Panthers. Stay with us. We'll be right back on KYBC and Verde Valley TV.
People often refer to Larry Green Chevrolet as the people place. Keeping that reputation is a priority in the community, and with every customer that comes through the door, Larry Green Chevrolet, we're better and we'll prove it. If you're in the market for a new or pre-owned car, truck, van, or SUV, you'll find our selection extensive and the sales team professional and courteous. Visit Larry Green Chevrolet just off Highway 260 next to Walmart or LarryGreenChevrolet.com.
I want to welcome you back to the halftime show here at Coconino High School. The band getting us fired up for second half action as we are just about 3 or 4 minutes away from getting started here at Coconino High School. The Coconino Panthers leading the Mingus Union Marauders 14-0. Philip Catalfamo alongside Nick Yatsinko. You can see the band and the color guard out in full display right now during the halftime show, putting on a show for us. Of course, Nick, you and I are very familiar with the band as they are lined up right to the left of us and making their presence known. But you know, they are been very courteous. They walked over and they're like, "Are you guys sure that you're going to be? This is not going to be a distraction?" And I was like, "No, I think we should be okay." And to be honest, I get it. It's all part of the game. Drums are loud.
Yeah, so are the tubas. All those things are right next to us. It's great. They got the home fans pumped up.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I'll tell you, it's working so far. It's been all Coconino in this half, and that rushing attack of theirs.
Well, let's talk about that rushing attack a little bit more, Nick. Of course, Cooper French, the lead back for Coconino High School. Zach Bennett is now playing football for up in the college levels. But let's take a look at Cooper French's statistics. The junior for the Coconino Panthers has really had a lot of opportunity here tonight. 2 rushing touchdowns for him so far.
Yeah, and he's looking to have a breakout night, which he already is about there. Over 100 yards rushing, couple touchdowns for Cooper, and he's just looked like a beast. And as a junior, he's coming back. 17 carries, 136 yards. I mean, he's a beast. That's great running statistics. On senior night, he's only a junior, so he's coming back, and he's going to be a scary running back to compete against next year in the region.
Enoch Watson, the quarterback for Coconino, while he's again had limited opportunities to throw, a great spiral on a lot of his throws. I mean, he had a pass on a slant route that almost went right into the receiver's hands in double coverage. 3 for 8 so far for Watson, 37 yards passing. I apologize for messing up his first name, but you know, he's another guy who's going to be coming back next season with a senior running back in Cooper French. You talked about his size, Nick. We've already seen him throw the ball, while not as effectively as maybe he'd like it. Like I said, 3 for 8 so far. The footballs are not the problem. It's just maybe a little overthrow, maybe a little bit too far to one side. But for right now, I got to say, Watson has been impressive.
And I'll tell you another factor here is the weather.
Yeah.
We're at about 45 degrees right now. You enjoyed making fun of my gloves during the break.
I did. You want to show people on Verde Valley TV? You're sparkly.
Go with the jacket.
I'm calling them cappuccino brown is what I'm calling
That's
that
a great color. Picked these out myself. And we only bring that up because 45 degrees, it's very tough to catch a football. That football is going to be hard. It hits your hands. We saw a couple attempts at a one-handed catch, which I love seeing for high school wide receivers. And maybe that played a factor in it because that hits your hand. Your hand's cold. I mean, it's cold up here now, so we might see even more rushing in this second half here.
Well, I'm going to take it a step further, Nick. Rushing. Obviously, you're trying to carry the ball. You're getting a lot of hand swatting at your hands. Like you said, you've got the cold aspect on your fingers. I just slapped my hand to use that example, and my hand hurts now. I mean, genuinely, ball security might be an issue here coming down to the second half of this game. Grip strength for Watson and Zach Harrison dropping back on their passes. Zach suffered a small hand injury during the offseason, so he's already dealing with a little bit maybe tighter tendons than he usually is. He's perfectly fine, of course. He's been playing all season. Not injured now. It's clearly not an issue. But the cold, man, it definitely does something to your hands. It freezes up those tendons. The muscles start to seize up a little bit. And what can be an easy throw over the middle or maybe an easy run to the right side becomes an overthrow, an incompletion, an underthrow, a slip out of the hand, a fumble, an incompletion. I mean, there's a lot of things that can happen. Like you said, with the weather, of course. I mean, not everybody can buy those beautiful sparkly gloves that you have here tonight. I cannot believe you brought that up on the broadcast, but that's a phenomenal point, though, regarding just in terms of how cold it is. I mean, I've zipped up my jacket, and I'm as much as I'm making fun of your gloves, I'm definitely missing some myself. So.
And I wonder if we're going to see even less passing this half because of that fact in general. And as a coaching staff, you got to make adjustments ready for that because you're going to see even more rushing. I mean, oh goodness, you're getting rushing up and down the field. We had a really fast first half because there was a lot of rushing plays, only a handful of passing attempts. So we may not even see that many attempts here in the second.
And I don't even see how that game plan changes. Both teams love to run the ball. Obviously, Cooper French on the side of Coconino, Angelo Alvarez on the side of Mingus Union. I think we could be in store as well for a low-scoring second half. And the Marauders, of course, would love that if that means that they get into the end zone, because that means we could be looking at a tied game going into the fourth quarter, going into the end of the fourth quarter, going into the end of the third. I mean, regardless, Mingus Union obviously has to get on the board if they want to win this game, 14-0 right now. But Nick, I mean, Mingus Union plays their cards right, and I'm missing the word here, but they perform well. That's not what I want to say, but it must be the cold freezing my brain. But Nick, if Mingus Union can execute well, that's what I wanted to say in the right aspects, especially getting that running game going. I mean, we know Angelo Alvarez in special teams is going to give Mingus Union an opportunity, but if they can establish that run and the Marauders defense can slow down Cooper French as much as possible, I mean, Mingus Union might be looking at a comeback victory here tonight.
You don't need much, right? It's only a 2-possession game right now, so you bring up a great point. Marauders had a good stop at the end of the first half, a great stop, a stop that you can talk about when you go into halftime, and that gives you a lot of momentum, gives you some confidence. I know you didn't get on the scoreboard yet, but you stopped Coconino from making it a 3-possession game, which is huge. And all you need is something cattywampus to happen out there. All you need is a pick six, a fumble recovery, touchdown.
We've seen penalties.
Kick return. The penalties, we got to take advantage of the penalties. However, we're just as guilty on the other side of it. We had a touchdown called back from Alvarez. That was huge. And same on the Panthers side. So penalties hurting both teams thus far. It's going to be whoever can capitalize. And boy, the Marauders really need to capitalize on any sort of mishap that the Panthers have.
Well, it comes back down to the defensive side for Mingus Union. Obviously, Coconino doing a solid job of slowing down the Marauder rush attack and their pass attack as we get close to the start of the third quarter here. Of course, Coconino will start with the ball going from right to left on your radio dial. Mingus Union going from left to right. Nick, it's going to have to be a defensive stop here for the Mingus Union Marauders almost every time until the offense can get going and get into the end zone. But I genuinely think if Mingus Union can just get into the end zone, again, remind themselves that they do know how to score. They are an effective offense. They are a high-powered offense. I think we could be seeing a completely different game here.
And like I said during the halftime show, when you go 6 quarters without scoring, that's tough. I mean, it eats at you. It eats at you as an offensive lineman, eats at you as a running back. I mean, it's something you're thinking about constantly. So as soon as you can get into the end zone, you kind of shake all those feelings and emotions off, and you're ready to go on the next drive.
Marcus Bueno will send it downfield as we get the third quarter kicked off here at Coconino High School. Kick is downfield, and it'll be recovered around the 5-yard line as it takes a hop, picked up there by the Panthers. Going past the 10 now, past the 15, past the 20, trying to get past the 25, looking to get tackled around the 30. And that is how the special teams drive for at least the opening kickoff here in the second half gets going as the Coconino Panthers will try to extend their lead here on offense.
Yeah, we're going to see that rushing attack come out. You always have to be honest and play the passing game too, but this Coconino rushing attack really destroyed that clock in the first half. They're going to be coming out with a similar game plan.
I want to thank Larry Green Chevrolet, as of course you can see right there on our Larry Green Chevrolet scoreboard, 14-0. Tiffany's Construction and Gettles High Desert Mechanical for sponsoring tonight's broadcast. Watson operating in the backfield along with French. Ball spotted on the Coconino 29. 1st and 10 as we get the third quarter kicked off. Man in motion to the right side. Watson takes the snap. He's going to hand it off to the left side to Cooper French. French gets some room to run on the left side. Still going now. Looking to get past the first down. He will. He's tackled out of bounds around the 40. First down, Coconino.
Yeah, just great patience by French. Very, very fun to watch him as a running back. Again, it's just a quarterback shotgun snap, and it's just a running back draw. He just kind of hands it right to the left, and Cooper just uses his patience, waits for a hole to open up. Here you see it here. Takes the handoff pretty slow, waits, gets to the outside, waits for a hole to open up, and just hits it hard.
Now it'll be 1st and 10 on the Coconino 42. Watson operating in the backfield with French. Watson takes the snap, hands it off to the right side. French trying to find some room on the right side. Turning and burning now, getting down to the sideline. French trying to make his way into the end zone. Still going, and will get tackled out of bounds around the Marauder 15. Flags are everywhere as there is a Marauder down on the field. And we'll see where that official, where the flags are. But like we mentioned, there is another Marauder down near the sideline, near the Marauder side, and that is Ian Contreras. Contreras down on the field after a big run from French, but I believe it's going to get called back.
We'll see. That'll be real fortunate for the Marauders. And there we go. Talked about it during the halftime show. There's a 40-yard burst right there.
Yeah.
And that's what the Panthers wanted to see, and exactly the opposite of what the Marauders want to see coming out.
Well, they also don't want another Marauder down on the field. We talked about the injuries plaguing the team last week. There's still a few injuries following from that week into this week. And now Ian Contreras, not on our replay, we saw just the tackle there from French. Not sure where Contreras went down or how he went down, as we're getting a little bit of a better angle here.
Big hit.
Yeah, now we saw it.
Hit.
Definitely going to be a huge personal foul penalty against Coconino, a blindside block.
I don't know that you go blindside. They could call that a block in the back. You might even see that called as targeting. It didn't necessarily look on the replay we just saw. It's obviously game speed, so that was really fast.
Right.
So you really can't tell what angle he was going at. So it'll be interesting to see what the refs come up with here. But yeah, it's a huge hit out there. Hopefully Contreras is okay.
Yeah, and that's kind of the hope right now. Contreras still down on the field, 11:31 to go here. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, Coconino will start their drive right around the 39-yard line. We'll get you caught up on this game. Stay with us.
Starting in the late 1920s, Grandpa Gettle and his brothers laid the groundwork for what would become a family legacy. Almost 100 years and 100 patents later, Gettle's High Desert Mechanical continues to raise the bar of quality heating, cooling, and plumbing products and services in the Verde Valley.
Call Gettle's High Desert Mechanical Heating, Air Conditioning, and Plumbing at 567-2200 or online at GettlesHDM.com, providing solutions for your comfort. Don't settle, get Gettles, and go Marauders!
11:31 to go here in the third quarter as we pick up action after the injury to Ian Contreras on the side of Mingus Union. We'll get you a spot on Contreras here in just a little bit. He is not on the field for the Mingus Union Marauders right now. The ball is spotted on the Marauder 39, 1st and 10 here after the big penalty on the side of Coconino. Watson's going to hand it off to the left side. Cooper French trying to pick up the yards that he lost on the penalty. Turns upfield. Perkins able to send him out of bounds. But it will be a first down as French finds his way out of bounds around the 30.
Yeah, that's just that great rushing attack there. See French get to the sidelines and make a little move up inside to get the first down. And boy, yeah, with the Marauders having a couple players go down here, it's time for those young guys to step up to the plate here and make some big plays. Anything, a turnover would be huge right now. Marauders looking for any sign of life to get that goose egg off the board.
11:12 to go in the third quarter as we get the measurement to see if French was able to pick up the first down. I thought he got enough to pick it up, but we'll wait for the official measurement. It'll bring up second down, if anything. And it looks to be more than enough here. Oh no, I take that back. Just shy. And yep, it'll be about a yard shy of the first down. So it'll bring up second and short. Yeah, maybe about an inch. Yeah, about an inch or so.
You see Isaiah Latham out there. Calvin Miller, that interior defensive line. Boy, that's a tall task. Those guys are also playing offense. The big guys sweating it out tonight.
Second and inches for Coconino on the Marauder 39. Strike that, make it the Marauder 29. 11:12 to go here in the third. Watson in the backfield with French. Man in motion. Watson takes the snap, hands it off right side. French picks up the first down and a lot more on the right side. French still on his feet. He's brought down around the Marauder 10. And another good run there by Cooper French. It'll be a first down.
And boy, that's going to put French just under 200 yards for the night already here, Philip. He's having a breakout night. I mean, if he already wasn't in the first half.
10:40 to go here in the third quarter. Watson in the backfield with French on the Marauder 14, 1st and 10. Man in motion. Watson takes the snap, hands it off right side. That's going to be Cooper French again. French brought down around the sideline. Small gain on that run, not enough for the first down. But another great run by the junior running back. And it'll bring up second down.
Yep, and that'll push him right over the 200-yard mark. Unofficially 204 yards on the night for French, and that's, boy, quite a night.
Second and third on the Marauder 7. Coconino trying to convert and extend their lead. Watson With French in the backfield, Watson's going to hand it off to the left side. Cooper French trying to get in for his third score. He's just shy, but once again knocking on the door.
Cooper French takes the ball inside the 5. And if you're the Marauders right now, Coconino's about to go up on a 3-possession lead here. You really want to start swatting at that football, do anything you can. And you see a couple of the guys there. I like that. Look like Leckington out there trying to punch that ball out. That's exactly what we're going to have to do down here on the goal line.
Getting close to under 10 minutes here. Watson on the Marauder 2. They're going to get into the end zone on 1st and goal. They're going to hand it off. Cooper French has got 3 rushing touchdowns on the night. 20-0 goes our score.
And it's safe to say fireworks galore so far tonight for Coconino and their senior night.
And with 10 minutes to go in the third quarter, a 3-touchdown lead for the Coconino Panthers. Looking to go up 21-0 here on the extra point attempt. Of course, still a lot of time for the Marauders, but their offense has got to get things going. Kick is up, and it is good. 21-0 goes our score on the Larry Green Chevrolet scoreboard. 10 minutes and 1 second left. Stay with us.
Two things we can count on every year.
A new set of tax rules and great weather here in northern Arizona.
Jackson Hewitt Tax Service, locally owned and operated by Lewis Rice since 1997, is here for you all year long.
Your neighborhood Jackson Hewitt Tax Office will help you in all of your taxing situations.
Electronic filing is always free with your tax preparation at Jackson Hewitt Tax Service.
Get more in return. Call 1-800-234-1040 for an office near you.
10 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Mingus Union down 21-0 against the Coconino Panthers. Philip Catalfamo alongside Nick Yatsinko. Angelo Alvarez trying to get the offensive drive for the Marauders going as that one goes into the end zone for a touchback. So the Marauders will start on their own 20. Trying to get the offense going here, Nick.
Yeah, and being probably about 44 degrees now, it's going to take a lot for the Marauders offense to get hot. You know, getting a few first downs would be clutch. That'd be big momentum, and you never know, you might bust one of those runs out. But, yeah, for this, starting at the 20, Coconino's done a good job of keeping Alvarez away from that ball, getting touchbacks. So, long field to go for the Marauders.
So, like we said, the ball spotted on the Marauder 20, 1st and 10. Harrison lined up alongside Alvarez in the backfield. Man in motion, that's Jimenez. They're going to hand it off to Angelo Alvarez on the left side, and Alvarez is brought down. Good little gain there on that run from Alvarez. Not enough for the first down, but it'll bring up second down.
And that's going to put Alvarez just at 45 yards. And, you know, if you're going to see success on that Marauder offensive side, you're going to have to break the mold a little bit. You're going to get more yards than that. I like spreading it around to Perkins and the other running backs as well. Hopefully we can have Alvarez break one of these.
Empty backfield for Zach Harrison with trips left. Now Jimenez will make it trips left. Ball spotted on the Marauder 25. Harrison going to roll out to his left. Looking for somebody. Harrison. Pressure coming. He's going to have to force it. It is completed to Freddie Jimenez. Jimenez picks up the first down and a little bit more for the Mingus Union Marauders. There you go, Freddie. We're calling your name.
Yeah, nice job. Great catch. Good patience by Harrison. Nice job by that offensive line. Islas blocking his guy all the way to the edge. Great job by that offensive line with a couple guys out, stepping right up to the plate. And looking good there.
Getting close to under 9 minutes here in the third quarter. Ball on the Marauder 39, 1st and 10. Harrison alongside Alvarez in the backfield. Harrison going to flip it to the right side. That's Alvarez. Alvarez cuts back, still on his feet. He's brought down. Maybe a gain of about 2 on that run. It'll bring up second down.
Yeah, nice job by the Panthers containment team there, not letting Alvarez get to the edge.
So now to bring up 2nd and 8 for the Mingus Union Marauders. Ball on the Marauder 41 with 8 minutes and 30 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Again, a Larry Green Chevrolet scoreboard says 21-0 Coconino over Mingus. Marauders trying to work their way back with an empty backfield and trips left. Harrison Takes the snap, dropping back to pass, pressure coming. Harrison's going to air it out. He's got Mario Camacho, and Camacho makes the catch. What a grab by Mario Camacho near the 30.
Yeah, and that's exactly what the Marauders needed right there, down 3 possessions. Again, kudos to that offensive line, giving them plenty of time. Camacho coming up with a great catch. Young sophomore, he's also looking at a few more seasons with the Marauders.
That's what you want to see. Camacho, as he's falling, able to make the grab and put the Marauders on the Coconino side of the football field. They're on the Coconino 32. 1st and 10 now for Mingus Union. 7:50 to go in the 3rd quarter. Harrison alongside Alvarez in the backfield. Harrison takes the snap, it's low, picks it back up. Harrison's going to scramble now to the right side, trying to get a block ahead. Harrison cutting back and is brought down. Good gain there by Zach Harrison as Perk fired up on that block. Not enough for the first down, but Harrison able to make something out of nothing on that low snap.
And this is becoming quite the drive there. Yeah, fantastic lead blocking. You see Hunter out there.
We know Hunter's a
he's
wild man out there.
I wouldn't want to be in front of him when he's coming to block me, I'll tell you that. Yeah, nice job on the run. Good setup there. Nice patience by Harrison.
So now to bring up 2nd and 5 on the Coconino 27. 7:11 to go in the 3rd. Marauders trying to get on the scoreboard here. Alvarez and Harrison, the lone men in the backfield. 2 receivers on both ends. Man in motion, that's Jimenez. Harrison takes the snap, hands it off. Alvarez trying to fight for a couple extra yards. Not enough for the first down, just shy. It'll bring up 3rd and inches for the Mingus Union Marauders on the Coconino 23.
And I'll tell you what, the Panthers are just punishing Angelo when he's running that football. It's a couple of big hits on him. And of course, he's tough as nails, so he gets right back up and he's ready for the next play. But Coconino doing a good job of making sure he feels it.
6:28 to go here. Ball spotted on the Coconino 23. Harrison takes the snap. He's going to do a direct quarterback run and picks up the first down.
Yeah, love the play call. Beautiful, beautiful job by the Marauders to continue this drive that started at their own 20-yard line. Now finally inside the red zone. That's so far, that's great confidence, great momentum that they're building on this.
Just a great direct snap right to Zach Harrison. He picks up the first down, so now Mingus Union operating on the Coconino 19. Last time they were down here resulted in a missed field goal, so the Marauders trying to change their luck again. Empty backfield, trips left for the Mingus Union Marauders. Ball spotted on the Coconino 19. 1st and 10, Harrison's rolling out to his left, trying to complete the pass. It is completed to Freddie Jimenez. He gets out of bounds. Not enough for the first down, but just shy. And it'll bring up 2nd down. I say keep passing it.
Harrison's on the last 4 pass attempts. He's completed all 4 of them.
Yeah.
So right now he's feeling it in the pocket. And so many kudos got to throw at that offensive line. You see Glassman, Calvin Miller out there, Isaiah Latham. Big Anthony Islas. These guys going both sides of the ball, giving Harrison plenty of time in the backfield, and it's showing this drive.
Empty backfield again for the Marauders. This time trips right. Ball on the Coconino 13. 2nd down. Harrison's dropping back to pass, and we've got a flag down. It's going to be a false start, so that's going to back up Mingus Union about 5 and make this 2nd and 9 on the Coconino 18.
Just as I say that, right?
Yeah.
That offensive line, I've been down there before in those shoes. You're excited to get the next playoff. You got some confidence going, so Zach might have given a little bit of a hard count. It's tough to keep the seatbelt on sometimes.
Well, now let's see what the Marauders give here to Coconino, as now they're going to try to make up some ground from that penalty. So my assumption is possible run with Angelo Alvarez, try to pick up a few extra yards, and then maybe go back to the air and see if you can get into the end zone. We got 5:20 to go here in the 3rd. 2nd and 9 on the Coconino 18. Harrison, again, lone man in the backfield, trips left for the Mingus Union Marauders. Man in motion, that's Perkins, and we've got another flag.
Oh, that one's going to hurt. That's going to be a delay of game, which is going to back the Marauders up. Ouch. That's going to back them up outside of the red zone. You never want to see those kind of penalties, and Marauders got to clean it up here. Such a nice drive so far.
Yeah, Marauders definitely controlling possession here in the 3rd quarter. Of course, Coconino controlling the scoreboard right now, up 21-0 on our Larry Green Chevrolet scoreboard. Ball spotted on the Marauder 20. the Coconino 23. 2nd and 14 for the Mingus Union Marauders. Harrison under center with Perkins and Alvarez in the backfield. Harrison's going to drop back to pass. Looking over the middle, Freddie Jimenez, the catch and the score.
What a beautiful toss by Harrison. Love to see the patience. And they just beat the Panthers deep. Just beat them deep. No coverage on that. You can see Jimenez downfield wide open.
I'll tell you what, I got an opportunity. I was playing some basketball at the Cottonwood Recreation Center and happened to run into Freddie Jimenez. And Jimenez told me, you're going to be calling my name a lot as soon as he recognized who I was. He said, you're going to be calling my name a lot this year. And we missed Freddie in the first couple games of this season, but he has really come on as a reliable target for Zach Harrison as he gets into the end zone. His first receiving touchdown of the season cuts the deficit for the Marauders to 2 scores. Again, still a lot of catch-up to be played for the Mingus Union Marauders, as now Coconino will get an opportunity on offense as Marcus Bueno is in for the point after to try to make this a 21-7 game with 5:04 to go.
Yeah, way to call your shot, Freddie.
Yeah.
And you can tell the basketball worked right there. I'm going up for a rebound. That's what it looked like.
But yeah, no.
He got up pretty high. Can he dunk it? He got up pretty high.
He said he could. I didn't see him dunk it. He grabbed the rim, but I can also grab rim. So what does that mean? That kick is blocked. However, there is a flag down on the field. Not sure who it'll be against. The point after was blocked. We'll see who the flag was on. It's going to be a false start on the Marauders, so that'll be a blocked kick. And it'll make it a 21-6 game. Marauders finally get onto the scoreboard with 5:04 to go here in the third quarter. Stay with us, Coconino on offense.
Two things we can count on every year.
A new set of tax rules and great weather here in northern Arizona.
Jackson Hewitt Tax Service, locally owned and operated by Lewis Rice since 1997, is here for you all year long.
Your neighborhood Jackson Hewitt Tax Office will help you in all of your taxing situations.
Electronic filing is always free with your tax preparation at Jackson Hewitt Tax Service.
Get more in return. Call 1-800-234-1040 for an office near you.
21-6 goes our score here at Coconino High School. Mingus Union Marauders kicking off to the Coconino Panthers with 5:04 to go in the third quarter. Philip Catalfamo alongside Nick Yatsinko. That kick is sent downfield and will be recovered by Patton. Ricky Patton, the kick returner, trying to get past the 30-yard line, and he'll get stopped at the 30-yard line. Give you a couple updates on the scores here. Bradshaw Mountain currently up 14-0 against Flagstaff. And we are entering the fourth quarter in that game. Matt Showalter on the call on KKLD The Cloud. An exciting one, it seems to be, Nick, in Flagstaff at just a couple of miles down the road from us at the NAU Sky Dome.
And Bradshaw looking to take the edge. There we go. There's some funky games here in the region and close ones, which you love to see.
4 minutes and 57 seconds left. Ball starting on the Coconino 30. Watson and French in the backfield. 1st and 10. Watson takes the snap, hands it off to the left side. That's going to be Cooper French. French gets a couple yards, fighting for a lot more, and finally gets taken out of bounds just shy of the first down.
And boy, and French, such a brutal running back there. Looks like Hunter Perkins is going to jog off right now. He took quite the shoulder there from Cooper running the football. Man, he just lowers his shoulder against Hunter's shoulder out there, and hopefully Hunter's okay. Get back in this.
So Kyle Ramirez will come in on the play for Hunter Perkins. 4:49 to go here. Ball spotted on the Coconino 39. Watson and French trying to pick up the first down on 2nd and 2. They're going to hand it off to the right side. In the backfield, bringing him down. No gain on that tackle. Xavier Mikado able to get the tackle.
Nice job, Xavier. That's what you need if you're the Marauders right now. You got to break through that line of scrimmage. And Xavier does just that.
Wow.
Makes no mistake in wrapping up Cooper there.
I should correct myself. That's Machado, not Mikado, but a great tackle nonetheless. able to get the stop and bring Coconino back a couple yards. 3rd and 5 now on the Coconino 35. Again, Watson and French, the only men in the backfield. 4 minutes and 12 seconds to go here. Watson takes the snap, hands it off left side this time to French. French picks up the first down, now going to the right side and picks up a couple more, but does get the first down. And that'll move the chains for the Panthers with under 4 to go in the 3rd.
You know, and that's just that consistent rushing attack the Panthers have with Cooper, French down there. I mean, you have a play where the Marauders, Xavier comes through the line of scrimmage, we get a tackle for loss, which was the first one of the night on French, and then he comes back with a 10-yard run.
So now it'll bring up 1st and 10 here on the Coconino 46, 3:50 to go in the 3rd quarter. Again, Watson and French, the only men in the backfield. Watson takes the snap, hands it off this time to the right side to Cooper French, and he's brought down after a small gain. Not enough again for another first down, but it'll bring up 2nd down.
And here we go, watching the clock tick down here, just approaching 3 minutes left in the 3rd quarter, and again, this one's going by quick.
Getting close to about 3:20 here in the 3rd quarter. 2nd and 8 now on the Coconino 48, trying to get on the Marauder side of the football field. Again, Watson and French, the only men in the backfield. Watson, man in motion. Takes the snap, dropping back to pass, looking left, pressure coming, gonna have to just chuck it up, and it's incomplete. In and out of the hands of Matias Ortiz.
Oh, so close too, right? Just over the top. Watson with a nice floater there. Like he's got some pressure. Marauders defensive line gets through. Watson kind of stands his ground. It's a great play by the young quarterback and just overshoots his wide receiver.
So Ortiz unable to corral that one in. It'll bring up 3rd and 8 now. Again, ball on the Coconino 48. Marauders would love a stop here, Nick. Getting in the end zone in their last offensive possession. And if they get a stop here, it'd be huge. Watson takes the snap, hands it off to French on the right side. French picks up the first down, still going now on the right side. He's brought down at the Marauder 40, but is enough for the first down.
Man, boy, just when you need a short gain or a stop on the line of scrimmage, there's French. Good for about 13, 14 yards.
1st and 10, Panthers. At the Marauder 38-yard line. 1st and 10, Coconino.
1st and 10 on the Marauder 38. Getting close to 2:50 here in the 3rd quarter. Watson in the backfield, takes the snap, hands it off. That's going to be again number 22. That's going to be Collado, and Collado picks up another first down for the Panthers. Or excuse me, that was Cooper French again.
Boy, and that'll put Cooper.
No, it's Collado. It's Collado. It's Collado.
Okay, you can spread it out with Collado there. That's boy, that's dangerous to go from Cooper right to Collado. Able to spin out of a couple tackles there, following suit with Cooper French out there.
Watson takes the snap. This time he does hand it off to Cooper French on the right side. French trying to pick up the first down, and it looks like he might be just shy, or they might give it to him. We'll wait for the official call from the referees, but another good run there by French with 2:20 to go here in the 3rd quarter.
Boy, and that's going to put French at the 251-yard rushing mark. How about that, Philip?
That's incredible.
That's a great night for that young man running the football. 30 carries, averaging 8 yards a carry. That's just dangerous.
1st and 10 on the Marauder 15 with 2 minutes to go here in the 3rd. Watson's going to hand it off this time to French again on the right side. French brought down just shy of the first down. But another good run. That'll put Coconino once again in scoring territory.
Down to about the 6-yard line.
Just about another first down, and he's had so many runs at that 10-yard mark. Again, his average is just over 8 yards a carry. You can almost call him first down French.
First down French,
Time he touches that, he's getting close to the first down yard marker, if not getting it.
2nd and 1 now on the Marauder 6. Coconino trying to get back into the end zone. They're going to hand it off again to French, and he's got brought down just shy of the goal line. As French will look to punch it in on 3rd down. It'll be 1st and goal right at the line for the Coconino Panthers, maybe about a yard short.
Yeah, and you would think they're going to go ahead and give that ball to French to finish off the drive. He's had such a great night so far.
Watson, man in motion, that's French. Watson's going to flip it to the right side. We do have a flag down on the field. And it is potentially going to be a false start. Yes, it is. That's going to back up Coconino. So it'll make it a 1st and goal on the Marauder 6.
It was real fortunate for the Marauders there because Cooper was looking at the end zone saying,
the Marauders did have a couple defensive ends there on the corner. It'd be curious. It would have been one of those plays where French probably ducks his shoulder in and fights for a couple extra yards. But we'll see what Coconino does here on 1st and 6 on the Marauder 6. 55 seconds to go here in the 3rd. Watson takes the snap. It's going to be Collado this time on the left side. Collado cutting back in, gets into the end zone and scores. Collado's first touchdown of the night extends the lead now 27-6.
Yeah, and there's the Panthers changing it up at the running back position. That's a great play call there.
And you see right there, yeah, Collado coming in from the right side, getting the ball and running to the left side and stumbling into the end zone nonetheless. A great run there by the Panthers, looking to make it a 28-6 lead. Kick is up, and it's good. And that'll do it, 28-6 with 46 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. We'll take a break. Stay with us.
All Price Insurance on Main Street in Cottonwood is your local insurance provider for personal and commercial insurance. Call and compare 23 insurance companies for home, health, auto, RV, motorcycle, boat, or ATV. Specialty insurance and insurance bonds are no problem at All Price Insurance. Call or visit All Price Insurance today.
Six seconds left here in the 3rd quarter. Coconino leading 28-6. Philip Catalfamo alongside Nick Yatsinko here on KYBC and Verde Valley TV. Alvarez returns it through his hands into the end zone for a touchback. So now Mingus Union will start on the 20. Looking to get into the end zone like they did on their last offensive possession, Nick. A receiving touchdown for Freddie Jimenez.
Yeah, and that passing attack looked absolutely phenomenal that last possession by the Marauders. You'd think we'd see some more of that. But after giving us some momentum getting into the end zone, Coconino does such a good job. All right, taking that clock down, running it right back down, and putting another touchdown on the board to keep this a 3-possession game.
Getting close here to the 4th quarter, and we'll answer a couple questions. Of course, who's going to win this game? Who's going to be our Verde Lee Market player of the game? And will the Marauders be going into the game against Lee Williams with a win? Harrison with an empty backfield and trips left, dropping back to pass, cuts back now, going to the right side, trying to extend the play. Harrison's got a lot of room to run on the right side. He'll get out of bounds. Looks like it's just enough to pick up the 1st down, so a great run there by Zach Harrison to scramble out of pressure.
Yeah, that's a nice job by that offensive line. Gave him some good initial time. Obviously, the Coconino Panthers defensive backs playing well. Got everybody on the Marauders side covered. None of the wide receivers are open, so Harrison does a great job. That's a lot of running. I mean, you're going from the left side of the field all the way over to the right side of the field and getting out of bounds. Nonetheless, nice job by Zach.
Harrison in the backfield along with Alvarez. Ball spotted on the Marauder 32. Harrison's going to take it to the left side. Cut back up in the middle, and Harrison's going to get brought down around the Marauder 40. Another good run there by Zach Harrison. Clock still moving here in the 3rd with 26 seconds to go.
And I'll tell you what, seeing Zach Harrison take the ball up the middle like that, that's going to open up the passing lane for sure.
Well, that's got to be the question now, is do the Mingus Union Marauders go back to the pass, as this might be the last play of the 3rd quarter with 10 seconds to go here. Harrison might just let the clock wind down. 3 seconds now, 2 seconds, and that's it. Marauders unable to get a playoff before the end of the 3rd. 28-6 is the score as Coconino leads the Mingus Union Marauders. We'll pick it up here with the Marauders on their own 41. 2nd and 1 when we come back.
I'm Chris.
And I'm Tandy, owners of Taylor Waste.
We're homegrown in the Verde Valley and nearly your last local choice.
We want to be your first choice for residential and small business garbage service.
Get a free month service when you make the switch to Taylor Waste.
And enjoy monthly service as low as $16 per month.
Visit TaylorWaste.com for more information.
Or to start service, call Taylor Waste at 649-2662.
Taylor Waste, service tailored to your needs.
All Price Insurance on Main Street in Cottonwood is your local insurance provider for personal and commercial insurance. Call and compare 23 insurance companies for home, health, auto, RV, motorcycle, boat, or ATV. Specialty insurance and insurance bonds are no problem at All Price Insurance. Call or visit All Price Insurance today.
Fresh 12 minutes on the clock as the fourth quarter starts for the Mingus Union Marauders. Ball spotted on their own 41, trying to convert here on 2nd and 1. Empty backfield, quick pass to the right side, completed to Hunter Perkins. Perkins turns upfield and steps out of bounds, picks up the first down, and the Marauders moving a little bit here offensively with 11:50 to go in the fourth quarter. And Nick, we're getting closer and closer to our Gettles postgame, our Gettles High Desert Mechanical postgame show, and we'll figure out who our Verde Lee Market player of the game is.
Well, we've got a couple wide receivers playing well. Zach Harrison's finding a lot of comfort in the backfield. Nice to see him finding success. Here we talked during the halftime show about not seeing as many passing plays, right, and we're seeing the opposite. We're seeing great passing plays out of the Marauders.
This is why we're not coaching the team.
That's right.
11:52 to go here. Harrison again, empty backfield with trips right. 1st and 10 on the Marauder 47. Coconino still up 28-6 on our Larry Green Chevrolet scoreboard. Harrison, again, lone man in the backfield, dropping back to pass. Got some pressure on the right side. He's going to flush out of the pocket, throw, and incompleted near the sideline to Hunter Perkins. And it'll bring up 2nd and 10 now.
Yeah, that was a nice job by Zach getting rid of the ball. Not sure if he was trying to hit Hunter out there or throwing it out. Either way, smart play. And, boy, you got to give a lot of credit to the Coconino Panthers defensive backs.
Oh, yeah.
Because Zach's had plenty of time all night. That offensive line is stepping up big time. A nice job in the pocket there, and he just can't find anybody downfield.
Harrison, again, the lone man in the backfield on the Marauder 47, trips right on 2nd and 10 with 11:47 to go here in the fourth. Harrison takes the snap. He's going to fake the handoff, roll out to his right. Harrison will get tackled out of bounds around the 50. As Zach Harrison on the run on the quarterback keeper, or on the boot, I should say. Not enough for the first down, but it moves the chains.
No, and brings Zach to 30 yards rushing on the night, which is fantastic compared to that first half. He saw only a few yards.
So now 3rd and 7 on the Marauder side of the 50-yard line. Getting close to under 11 minutes here. Trips left for Harrison, who's the lone man in the backfield. Harrison takes the snap, rolling out to his left, looking for somebody across the middle. A lot of time to throw. Dodges a tackler. Harrison looking for a wide-open Hunter Perkins near the sideline. Hunter Perkins with a Vincent Jackson toe-tapping catch. And a first down for the Marauders.
I'll tell you what, starts with that offensive line. Look at them all out there, individual blocks. That's fantastic. That fires me up as a big guy, man. Those guys do a great job of giving Harrison plenty of time in the pocket. And Harrison, obviously with that senior patience out there, does a nice job of waiting out Hunter Perkins. And he says, hey, right here, let me tiptoe this in.
And Perkins with a great grab near the sideline, puts the ball on the Coconino 28 with 1st and 10. 10:52 to go. Of course, if Mingus can score, they're going to have to get a stop and then score again and then do the same thing one more time. Still down 3 scores, but with 10:52 to go, timeout on the field. We'll take one as well. Reiterate that point when we come back. 28-6 on a Larry Green Chevrolet scoreboard. 10:52 to go in this game.
The Suzy Q Market is the most convenient stop for road trips with 1,500 beverage selections and plenty of snacks. And save on fuel with the Marathon Make It Count reward program. The Suzy Q drive-thru window is the most convenient way to stop for those essentials on the way home.
Road trips start here with something for everyone.
At Suzy Q.
Shop local first, always.
Go Marauders!
10 minutes and 52 seconds left on the fourth quarter clock here at Coconino High School. The Mingus Union Marauders down 28-6 against the Coconino Panthers. Philip Catalfamo alongside Nick Yatsinko. Ball spotted on the Coconino 28 for the Mingus Marauder offense. 1st and 10 for Zach Harrison, who is really starting to air the ball out a little bit more here. Marauders operating with a lot of empty backfield, and they'll continue to do so as a sideline warning is issued to Coconino. I do want to give you an update here around the 4A Grand Canyon region. Bradshaw Mountain 19-0 victory over Flagstaff. Harrison rolling out to his right, pressure coming immediately. Harrison's got to get rid of the ball. He'll throw it smartly out of bounds. And it'll bring up 2nd and 10 now. Great defensive pressure from Coconino.
Yeah, wise move by Harrison there. And it's going to happen. I've been praising that offensive line all night. And obviously a stunt there. You see number 88 come right through the middle for Coconino. And it's just stunting defense. Very, very tough to block. You got to be communicating out there. And Zach does a good job of just throwing that one out.
10 minutes and 46 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Harrison again operating with an empty backfield. This time 4 wide receivers lined on the right. 1 on the left. That's Kyle Ramirez. Harrison trying to get the Marauders into the end zone. Dropping back to pass, pressure coming immediately. Harrison going to air it out into the end zone. It is incomplete. There is a flag down on the field, almost intercepted. And we'll see where the penalty falls. As that one, a shot to the end zone, falls incomplete. Harrison looks like he was looking for Mario Camacho on that throw, but Camacho slowed down a little bit by the defensive backs on that route.
I like the call. Camacho, you can see him coming up the sideline. He raises his hand, says, hey, hit me, I'm open. And yeah, I mean, just missed that connection there.
It was a penalty on Mingus Union. So it's going to bring them back about 10. Second down and 15 as they back up 5. Harrison and Alvarez now in the backfield. 10:40 to go here. Ball on the Marauder 33. Harrison hands it off to the right side. Angelo Alvarez cutting back. There is a flag down on the field. Alvarez picks up the first down. Still on his feet. Cutting back inside again. Gets near the goal line again. We'll have to see where the penalty falls. But another huge run by Angelo Alvarez. And it is going to be holding on Mingus Union. So another drive, Nick, another big play brought back because of penalties.
For all intents and purposes, you can almost call that a touchdown right there, right? Yeah. Alvarez gets in. He's got to be inside the 5-yard line. Yeah, he is.
He is.
And that's 2 biggest runs of the night for the Marauders, getting called back on penalties.
Yeah.
Boy, that'll really, really kill a drive. So instead of having that ball either in the end zone or inside the 5-yard line, that bad boy is way back at just about the 45.
Now, we could play the what-if game all night, but had Alvarez scored on that blindside block that was called back, and assuming the Marauders are in the end zone closer here, I mean, we're looking at a completely different game. Trips right for Harrison in an empty backfield. Looking to pass it here, and it is incomplete on 2nd and 26 on the Marauder 44. Or a strikeout the Coconino 44. As Harrison unable to do anything with that throw.
Harrison scrambling out to his right side, just trying to find somebody getting open. And at this point in the game, you're going to see a lot more lax defense by the Panthers. They're only going to send a few guys up front, 3 or 4 guys maybe.
Yeah.
Sometimes if they're going to blitz, they might send 5. But otherwise, everybody else is going to be back playing a little bit of safety position.
Harrison and Alvarez in the backfield with trips right. 10:15 to go here in the fourth. Harrison dropping back to pass, completes it to the right side. Camacho, nope, went in and out of his hands. And it'll bring up 4th and long for the Marauders. So could see a punt here, as Coconino will get their opportunity on offense shortly.
Yeah, tough. How about the penalties, man? They'll really flip a drive around. You can see it on your screen here. The fourth down marker is at the other side of the screen from the first down marker. You never want to see that. Unless you're the defense, of course.
Harrison will look to punt. Harrison is lined up at the Coconino 42-yard line. He'll send that one downfield. Should take a hop in the end zone. It will. And Coconino will start their drive here with about 10 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. 28-6 our score on our Larry Green Chevrolet scoreboard. Getting close to the Gettles High Desert Mechanical postgame show and the Verde Lee Market Player of the Game. Do want to thank All Price Insurance, Taylor Waste, and Yavapai College for sponsoring aspects of tonight's broadcast, as well as Reese Tire and Automotive Tire Pros, along with Cottonwood Public Library.
Yeah, 3-possession game here for the Marauders. With only 10 minutes left in the fourth quarter, it's absolutely clutch that you come up with a stop here.
Oh, big time.
And if you're the Panthers, you can really put the nail in the coffin by getting in the end zone again.
First and 10 on the Coconino 20. It's Watson and French in the backfield. Watson hands it to the right side. That's going to be French. And French is brought down. Small gain on that run. It'll bring up second down. But now, of course, the game plan, Nick, for Coconino, of course, operating with a pretty big lead, is going to be run the ball, and then run the ball some more.
Right. You got to be careful in case they want to throw a pass. They've found some success through it. But, yeah, that rushing attack by the Panthers has been very, very impressive all night. And, boy, they're giving that ball to Cooper French a lot. 33 carries so far on the night. That is a lot of work by that young man.
Watson takes the snap and hands it off again to Cooper French. French running on the left side. Had he not stumbled, he probably would have ran in for a touchdown. But he falls down around the 40, picks up the first down, continues the drive for Coconino, and keeps the clock moving. You can see there, just kind of tripped up on the on that run, trying to dodge a tackle. But another good run there by Cooper French as he picks up the first down. 9:12 to go here in the fourth. Watson takes the snap. They're going to hand it off again up the middle to Collado, and Collado is brought down. Oh, I take that back. That's number 42. That's another run by the fullback. That's Noah Hauer. Hauer picks up the first down and continues the drive for Coconino.
And I'll tell you what, that was a touchdown-saving tackle by Camacho.
Yeah.
That's a good job of laying out, not letting go of that cleat.
8:40 to go here in the fourth quarter. Ball on the Marauder 48. First and 10 for the Panthers. Watson in the backfield with French. They're going to hand it off left side. Looking for some room to run. That's Benedict. Griffin Benedict picks up about 7 on that run, just shy of the first down.
Exactly what Coconino drew up on the sidelines over here. Just rush after rush after rush. Going to keep that clock rolling.
And they will do just that, getting close to under 8 minutes here in the fourth. Again, Watson and French operating in the backfield. Watson takes the snap. They're going to hand it off to French on the left side. French wrapped up, picks up the first down, and gets brought down around the Marauder 35.
And that'll put French at unofficially 288 yards on the night. And kudos to that young man. He's only a junior here on senior night.
He'll have his senior night next season.
That's scary to think about there.
Well, yeah, Coach Lapsley, of course, graduating Zach Bennett last year. Now will graduate Cooper French next season. And still has his sophomore quarterback as Watson drops back to pass. Pressure coming. Watson left side. Almost intercepted by Hunter Perkins. And the Marauders would have loved that. But it falls incomplete. And it'll bring up second and 10 on the Marauder 35. You can see Watson just overthrows his receiver, and Perkins almost comes up with the interception.
And the young quarterback will sharpen that skill set up there just over the fingertips. And, oh boy, Hunter wants that one back bad. Looks like it just kind of hit him in the hands. That could be where the cold factor comes in too.
Right. 7 minutes and 31 seconds left here. Second and 10. Watson Takes the snap, hands it off to French on the right side. French cutting back, trying to fight for a few extra yards. He'll be just shy of the first down. But another good run there by the junior running back.
And man, he's fun to watch. It's fun to watch running backs who just lower that shoulder and tank it forward all night. You know, we haven't had a chance to see Alvarez all that much because this Coconino Panthers offense has been on the field most of the night. And that's a big kudos to them. That offensive line for Coconino Panthers is putting in their work tonight.
6:50 to go here in the fourth. Watson in the backfield along with French. He'll take the snap, hand it off to French on the left side. He picks up the first down, gets tackled around the 20. But they'll convert on 3rd and 1 and move the chains a little bit more. 6:48 to go in the fourth.
And at this point, kind of like you get at the end of the half, you got to start to claw at that ball.
Yeah.
You got to force some kind of a turnover here. You're down 22 points. You need essentially a miracle to get back in this, either that or a couple turnovers.
Watson, along with French, takes the snap. He's going to flip it to the right side. French picks it up, and he's brought down after a small gain on that run. Will bring up 2nd down as Coconino tries to get into the end zone one more time before we end this one.
Yeah, you see on your replay there, it takes about 3 or 4 Marauders to bring French down. He's got that cowboy collar on, Phillip, so he's ready to lower his shoulders and go. He's not worried about his neck whipping back at all. I like that. It's a tough running back. And Coconino really driving it home here with under 6 minutes now.
You don't see too much of the cowboy collar.
You don't. Yeah, you don't. That kind of faded out.
5:43 to go here. 2nd and 8. Watson on the play action, almost wrapped up. Pressure still coming. Eslis misses the tackle. Watson still on his feet, steps out of bounds, gets a small gain, but smartly able to avoid pressure. It'll bring up 3rd down. You can see Watson there scrambling out of pressure. Eslis misses the tackle there. And Watson able to step out of bounds on a gain of maybe about 1 or 2 on that run. It'll bring up 3rd down and 8 on the Marauder 19.
Boy, can you imagine if Watson starts to develop that rushing game too, huh? That's it's just a sophomore. It's a good job of getting out of the pocket.
5:32 to go here in the fourth. Watson takes the snap, rolling out to pass to his right. Pressure coming. Watson, low ball, intercepted by Hunter Perkins. Perkins picks it up around the 5-yard line and gets the interception. And now the Marauders, with 5:26 to go, will get an opportunity on offense. They'll start on their own 5-yard line. He almost had one earlier, but Perk able to come up clutch for the Marauders here. However, the time is not necessarily on Mingus Union's side, but something positive to potentially take into next week when you're back at home.
No, I called it. You're going to need a miracle here or turnovers. It's essentially the same thing. And Hunter Perkins came up with one there. That's a long field to go, but the Marauders were able to penetrate the end zone there on that last one going 80 yards.
So now the Marauders on their own 5-yard line, 1st and 10, 5:26 to go here in the fourth quarter. We'll see what they can do here offensively. They'll hand it off to Alvarez. Alvarez spins away from a couple tacklers, but he's brought down behind the line for a loss.
And that's just a great job by the Coconino Panthers defensive line. I mean, they were not going to let Alvarez find an opening there.
Well, the motto's got to be execute, as the Marauders will be trying to working on some things as they more than likely focus their attention to Lee Williams next week at home. Harrison under center, 2 men in the backfield. Harrison takes the snap, hands it off to Alvarez again. This time it is going to be, oh no, Harrison hung on to it and then flips it this time to the right side. Gets a small gain there. Great play action. I was looking at the wrong player, as there is a Marauder down on the field as they are back up on their feet. That was Perkins, who was down. He's back up. No harm done. It was a play action to Alvarez, which turned into a quarterback option to Perkins, and then Perkins was brought down. So now it brings up 3rd and 4 on the Marauder 11, 4:17 to go in the fourth. Harrison operating in the backfield, takes the snap, gonna run it himself to the right side, trying to pick up the first down. He got it.
He does, but you got to be real fast and getting on that line of scrimmage. And the Marauders look like they have another play called here. Again, you're at 4 minutes left in the game, and there's the signal to keep the clock rolling.
Yeah, we're getting close to 3 minutes here. 1st and 10 for the Mingus Union Marauders on their own 18. Harrison under center takes the snap, dropping back to pass, looking for something over the top, and it is completed. That is Joseph Freudenreich with a big completion over the middle. 1st down for the Marauders, and that spots the ball near their own 48-yard line.
Wow, what a catch by Freudenreich. That's textbook right there. That's a nice route that he ran, and we'll get to how nice that football was thrown by Harrison in a second, but look at the over-the-shoulder look there. Nice job, Freudenreich.
So Freudenreich able to pick up the 1st down for the Mingus Union Marauders. Getting close to 3:30 here in the 4th. 28-6 our score on the Larry Green Chevrolet scoreboard. Harrison takes the snap. Going to go to that option to the right to Alvarez. Alvarez trying to break off for a big run himself. Cuts back, still on his feet, gets tackled out of bounds around the 50-yard line. Not enough for a 1st down. So now 2nd and about 5 or 4, excuse me, 2nd and 4 now for the Mingus Union Marauders.
And that's a good job by Alvarez to get out of bounds, because you need to stop that clock every second that you can. You'd imagine maybe an onside kick if you can find a way to get into the end zone here. Marauders still down by 3 possessions, just over 3 minutes left in the game. Harrison's been a hot hand essentially right now.
Yeah, especially down here late in the 3rd and 4th quarter specifically. Trips right here for Harrison in an empty backfield. Ball spotted on the Marauder 46. Harrison's going to roll to his right. Look to pass. Looking over the middle, and it's incomplete to Hunter Perkins, the intended receiver. That'll freeze the clock at 3:13.
Which is not a bad thing if you're the Marauders. I know it puts you in a 3rd down situation, but at least you're stopping the clock. That was a good look. I mean, Zach's just got a very strong arm. I mean, that's a strong throw through the middle there. Just overthrows his receiver.
3:13 to go here. 3rd and 4. Harrison operating in the backfield alongside Alvarez. 2 wide receivers on both ends. 3rd and 4 for the Marauders. Harrison going back to that option. Pressure coming. Swarming defensive stop. As the Panthers get a huge stop.
That's a highlight reel sack right there. I'll tell you what, that's a lick right there, as my old coach Jack Ebhart used to say. A little bit of WWE action out there, body slam.
So that's going to be a loss of about 5. It'll bring up 4th and 9 on the Mingus Union 46. 2:40 to go in the 4th.
And that's Pearson Watson with that big old tackle. That's I'll be watching that one over and over. It's a great tackle there.
Harrison operating under center here with 2 men in the backfield. 2:20 to go in the 4th. Harrison takes the snap, rolling out to his right, looking to pass. Pressure coming immediately. Harrison's just got to throw it out of bounds. He does. And it'll bring up 4th down for the Mingus Union Marauders as they will look to punt. There is a flag down on the field.
And I got to correct you there, Philip. I'm pretty sure that was
4th down. Yeah,
right?
I think you're right.
And so that's going to, you know what? He just kind of signaled the Marauders' way, but I think he might have gave the wrong hand gesture there. We'll see.
It's going to be...
Oh, it's going to be on Coco.
Yeah, that's going to be a 1st down for the Mingus Union Marauders here.
I'll tell you what, that's a game saver right there.
It's a roughing the passer call, so it's a personal foul. So it pushes Mingus Union forward now onto the Coconino side of the football field. Ball will be spotted on the Coconino 36, 1st and 10 for Mingus Union. Now they can continue their drive here. 2nd and 18.
And what you need to do is you need to get into the end zone here, get a 2-point conversion, and then a couple onside kicks.
You need a lot here with 2:18 to go. 28-6 here. Trips right for Harrison, lone man in the backfield. Harrison takes the snap. Quick pass to the left side, completed to Angelo Alvarez. Alvarez cutting up field now. Is Alvarez going to get into the end zone? He won't. He'll step out of bounds around the 15-yard line. Good little run there from Alvarez on the quick pass from Harrison.
Again, Angelo Alvarez with the carry.
It'll bring up 1st down, 1st and 10.
The Marauders getting real close. If they can continue to find success through the air, I mean, as long as your special teams can come through on recovering an onside kick, there's always hope.
2 minutes and 12 seconds left here in the fourth. 1st and 10 on the Coconino 18. Mingus Union on offense here, looking to get into the end zone. Harrison under center, takes the snap, dropping back to pass. Quick pass to the right side. Perkins is incomplete.
Yeah, you know what? That's probably a very, very good incompletion there because if Perkins catches that, he's not going anywhere. There's 2 Panthers right on him, and that's going to take the clock under 2 minutes if he catches that and then goes down in bounds. So not a bad incompletion for the Marauders there.
2:09 to go here in the fourth quarter. As we get closer to our Gettles High Desert Mechanical postgame show and the Verde Lee Market player of the game. Trips right here for Harrison. He's going to roll to his right. Harrison, quick pass is completed to Freddie Jimenez and actually falls incomplete. There is a flag down on the field. We'll see who was on.
In the area of holding there.
Yeah.
And give a lot of credit. I know we've seen a couple holding calls on the Marauders tonight, but to have some fill-ins on that offensive line, I mean, they've done a great job all night of giving Zach some time back there, giving Alvarez a couple lanes to open up. Again, like we talked about, they haven't had the ball much. Coconino has been on the field with that offense for most of the game.
Yeah.
Backs the ball up 5 yards. We'll repeat second down.
We'll repeat second down here. 2nd and 10, again on the Coconino 18. Mingus Union trying to get into the end zone before we run out of time with 2:04 to go here in the fourth. Harrison again, lone man in the backfield, trips right for the Marauders. Man in motion, that's Alvarez. Harrison takes the snap, flips it to the right side. Angelo Alvarez trying to break free of some tacklers. He's brought down right at the line.
Well, that's another big hit, and that's going to be Pearson Watson on the hit again. Just an annihilating tackle there. Pearson's got some size. You can see it playing linebacker position on your replay there. What a good job by that young man to get out to the edge, lower his shoulder. No way Alvarez can get out of that tackle, although he does get some yards out of that run.
Timeout of the side of Mingus Union, 1:55 to go here in the fourth. Stay with us, 3rd and 15 when we come back.
Since 1925, Tiffany Construction has worked with developers and local and federal government to build, expand, and improve infrastructure, roads, drainage systems, and subdivisions. From concept to completion, the Tiffany Construction team provides a full complement of construction services and state-of-the-art delivery methods customized to fit your needs and budget. They're Arizona's longest tenured family-owned and operated civil contractor and proudly serving the Verde Valley since 1991. Tiffany Construction, knowledge and experience to bring your project to reality.
1 minute and 55 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Mingus Union starting on the Coconino 19, 3rd and 11 for the Marauders as they look to convert here. Harrison and Arnado in the backfield. Harrison takes the snap, dropping back to pass, looking for the end zone, and it is incomplete. We'll see who that pass was intended for, as there is another Marauder down on the field.
Just over the fingertips, too. Boy, that was a nice attempt by Harrison. Love the play call because you really need to not let that clock run, so throwing the ball is going to stop that. And
that's like, Freddie Jimenez down on the field near the end zone.
Laying out for that one, you got to be careful. You know, that's a dangerous play there. And Freddie trying to make something happen for his team. Hopefully just got the wind knocked out of him. A lot of times you see wide receivers lay out like that. You get the wind knocked out of you, you can get back up quick.
I mean, with some of the injuries we've seen so far, another one here late in the fourth quarter. Really, I mean, of course, any time an injury happens is never welcome, but I mean, with us being so close to the end of this game, an injury to a guy like Freddie Jimenez, who is at least in the running for our Verde Lee Market player of the game during our Gettles High Desert Mechanical postgame show, you never want to see injuries.
No.
Especially to a receiver who's starting to work his way in the offense.
Yeah, and we saw Emmett Smith go down a little earlier tonight. Yep. He got carted off. Hopefully nothing too major with his leg or knee.
Yep.
But he looked like he's in pain. Freddie hasn't necessarily moved too much, which again, yeah, I saw him moving after he obviously fell down. So hopefully he just got the win. Now he's sitting up now, so.
Potentially is what you said, Nick. Just maybe a little bit of the wind knocked out of him.
I mean, I love the effort. Yeah. I mean, trying to dive out, lay out for your teammates, come up with a big play, and they almost did. That was almost a great connection. And with 1:50 left, I mean, there's been crazier outcomes. That Horizon comeback or Brophy comeback in the beginning of the season. I mean, you got to put it in the end zone here, get an onside kick, score, get another onside kick, and score again. So obviously it's a tall feat. Coconino is.
What did you mean by Horizon comeback and?
I think it was Brophy that came back by 18 points with just a minute left in the game. A minute left in the game. That happened this season.
Really?
Yep.
Wow.
Made ESPN's highlights.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was a. You don't see that often. You don't see that often.
No, definitely you don't.
There's always hope.
I appreciate the optimism as Jimenez makes his way off the field.
And we have a final score from the Sky Dome.
So again, the Bradshaw Mountain Bears able to beat the Flagstaff Eagles 19-0. The Coconino Panthers will take on Bradshaw next week as Harrison drops back to pass, stepping up the pocket. He's going to run it himself, trying to pick up the first down, and he will. Harrison gets the first down and goes out of bounds. So first down for the Marauders as Harrison picks up a long fourth down conversion.
Yeah, smartly done by the senior. Doesn't see anybody quick and gets out of bounds at the end of the play. Can't ask for more than that.
First and 10 now for the Mingus Union Marauders as they get closer and closer to the end zone. And this is all about execution here. I mean, of course, not nearly enough time for Mingus Union to maybe put together a huge comeback, but just to put up a couple more points and get the offense some more confidence would be great. Harrison hands it off to Alvarez. Alvarez brought down after a small gain on that run up the middle. So to bring up second down.
Yeah, and that one hurts because that's going to continue the clock to run.
And another timeout on the side of Mingus Union. 1:25 to go here in the fourth quarter. 2nd and 10 on the Mingus Union 6 when we come back.
I'm Chris.
And I'm Tandy, owners of Taylor Waste.
We're homegrown in the Verde Valley and nearly your last local choice.
We want to be your first choice for residential and small business garbage service.
Get a free month service when you make the switch to Taylor Waste.
And enjoy monthly service as low as $16 per month.
Visit TaylorWaste.com for more information.
Or to start service, call Taylor Waste at 649-2662.
Taylor Waste, service tailored to your needs.
1 minute and 25 seconds left to go here in the fourth quarter. Mingus Union looking for a big comeback here, down 28-6. And Nick, the Marauders knocking on the door of the end zone potentially.
Yeah, and I got to correct myself. It was Hamilton High School in that big comeback. It was a 17-point comeback with 1:08 left.
Harrison dropping back to pass. Pressure coming, rolling out, flush to the left. Harrison's going to scramble himself. Zach Harrison gets into the end zone on the rushing touchdown. Harrison does get in with 1:17 to go to make this a 12-28 game. You can see the quarterback scramble there. Harrison does a great job of using his legs to get into the end zone. You see on the replay there on Verde Valley TV, pressure coming, flushes him out of the pocket left, and Harrison just does a great job of scrambling and getting into the end zone.
I'd like to see him leap over that defender. That's a good job of barreling through it, but you got to be careful getting your legs taken out like that.
So now the assumption is the Marauders will go for the 2-point conversion on the score, as this makes it a 12-28 game with 1:17 to go. Still a long way to put up a comeback like we saw Nick mentioning with Hamilton High School.
Yeah, and that was against Bishop Gordon of Nevada School, very first game of the season. And Hamilton came back 17 points in 1:08 to win it.
Wow.
It was incredible.
We saw the Marauders get an onside kick recovery in the Bradshaw Mountain game when they really needed it. So it's going to have to be onside recovery touchdown and then
same thing.
The same thing, yeah, exactly. So Bueno will be on actually for the extra point. And now it's going to be a fake. Harrison rolling out to his right, completed. Angelo Alvarez converts the 2-point conversion on the fake kick. 28-14, minutes 17 to go. Mingus Union will potentially try to pick up the onside kick when we come back on Verde Valley TV and KYBC.
Yavapai College has 6 campuses and centers in Sedona, the Prescott area, and the Verde Valley. With more than 100 degree and certificate programs, YC has what you need to jumpstart your academic journey. Our athletics teams are some of the best in the nation, and we have plenty of student-led clubs, organizations, and activities. Our full-time student discount makes YC the most affordable option in Arizona for a full-time student. Learn more today at yc.edu.
Marauders potentially trying for an onside kick here with 1 minute and 17 seconds left in the fourth quarter. 28-14 our score. Coconino leading the Mingus Union Marauders on our Larry Green Chevrolet scoreboard as we're getting closer and closer to the end of this one. Bueno will try for the onside. Takes a hop, but is recovered by Coconino easily around the 40-yard line.
That should about seal it right there. I mean, it was a good kick by Bueno. It just kind of died at the end and rolled on the ground. Unfortunate bounce. And for the Panthers here on senior night, they held out any sort of a comeback the Marauders might have had in them.
So now with 1:15 to go here in the fourth, like you said, Nick, Coconino just try to run out the rest of the clock, try to limit any turnovers here, as Watson will take the snap on the 37-yard line, hand it off to Collado. Collado still on his feet and finally gets brought down around the 50-yard line, picks up the first down, keeps the clock rolling. And a great run by Collado again. Been a great counterback to to Cooper French.
Yeah, most certainly has. And that should about definitely put the nail in the coffin here.
So the Marauders will focus their attention back at home against the Lee Williams Volunteers, and the Coconino Panthers on that run with Cooper French to the right side will look to pick up a victory against Bradshaw Mountain, who beat the crosstown rival Flagstaff High School at the NAU Sky Dome.
Interesting, we're seeing plays run by Coconino here. You think you kind of want to stay off the legs, avoid any injuries.
French takes it to the right side, gets a couple blockers ahead. French cutting back and gets brought down around the 20. And talk about risking injuries as Mario Camacho is slow to get up.
Yeah, that's that's a very fortunate for Coconino, because I'll tell you, too many times at the end of games when it's not necessary to be running it, come up with some injuries on the field, and unfortunately another Marauder down being Camacho, and Camacho's had a pretty good night so far.
You got to give a lot of kudos to Mario Camacho.
Yeah.
I mean, he struggled a little bit with pass coverage, but tonight he has really answered the call against Andy Ruiz, the one of the leading receivers here at Coconino High School. He's done a great job in pass deflection and pass coverage. Of course, had the deflection against, or had the interception against Arcadia.
And hopefully he's going to be okay. And I'm just going to go ahead and say it. I really hope we see a kneel down at this point.
Yeah, you got to.
If you're on the opposite side of an injury, you're also thinking of, these are kids. These are kids. The game's essentially over right now. And here we are with another injury on the Marauders side. So they'll be fighting the injury bug throughout the remaining region games. Hopefully we can get some more players back. And hopefully the injuries we've seen tonight aren't too serious. Looks like Camacho's okay. Hops
Mario
up.
Camacho does get back up. Good to see him back on his feet, as we mentioned. somebody who has been solid tonight for the Marauders in terms of coverage. And maybe he'll be in the running for the Verde Lee Market Player of the Game alongside with Freddie Jimenez and a couple other Marauders.
Perkins had a good night, too.
Perkins is one to talk about. Frudenreich had a good completion. But we'll see what happens here as Camacho makes his way off the field. 26 seconds left here.
And we're in a shotgun formation.
Watson alongside French. As Watson takes the snap, and there's going to be a flag down. It's going to be a false start on the side of Coconino.
I mean, just kneel the ball. Have you ever seen Friday Night Lights? Movie Miles goes out and season's over.
Was that Jamie Foxx's character in that movie?
I don't think so.
I don't think
I thought you were the movie buff.
I am, but I've only seen Friday Night Lights once. Watson, with 26 seconds to go in the fourth, takes the snap. They're going to hand it off to the left side. A lot of room to run on the left side. There is a flag down on the field as the Panthers fight their way closer to the end zone. Flags a flying here. It was a run there by number 20. That is Griffin Benedict. And again, Nick, you do kind of wonder with
what is going
17 seconds left, why you're running the ball.
What is going on? You got penalty after penalty on these last few plays. We've seen an injury in the last 3 plays. And still, Coconino trying to get into the end zone here.
17 seconds left. Ball spotted now on the Marauder 31-yard line.
Oh, and here we go with the victory formation.
And here is the victory formation with 17 seconds left. Guess you wanted to put the game out of reach just a little bit more, but 28-14 should be our final score here. And yep, Watson will kneel, and that's it. Coconino will focus their attention on the road at Bradshaw Mountain, whereas the Mingus Marauders will be back at home to finish the rest of their season against the Lee Williams Volunteers. A confident 28-14 win for the Coconino Panthers. We'll head to the Gettles High Desert Mechanical postgame show and talk about what we saw. Stay with us here on Verde Valley TV and KYBC.
Yavapai College has 6 campuses and centers in Sedona, the Prescott area, and the Verde Valley. With more than 100 degree and certificate programs, YC has what you need to jumpstart your academic journey. Our athletics teams are some of the best in the nation, and we have plenty of student-led clubs, organizations, and activities. Our full-time student discount makes YC the most affordable option in Arizona for a full-time student. Learn more today at yc.edu.
Since 1925, Tiffany Construction has worked with developers and local and federal government to build, expand, and improve infrastructure, roads, drainage systems, and subdivisions. From concept to completion, the Tiffany Construction team provides a full complement of construction services and state-of-the-art delivery methods customized to fit your needs and budget. They're Arizona's longest tenured family-owned and operated civil contractor and proudly serving the Verde Valley since 1991. Tiffany Construction, knowledge and experience to bring your project to reality.
The Suzy Q Market is the most convenient stop for road trips with 1,500 beverage selections and plenty of snacks. And save on fuel with the Marathon Make It Count reward program. The Suzy Q drive-thru window is the most convenient way to stop for those essentials on the way home.
Road trips start here with something for everyone.
At Suzy Q.
Shop local first, always.
Go Marauders!
You're going to love the new interactive website from Roxu Screen Printers. Now you can create your custom t-shirt design online. Simply choose a t-shirt or hat style, easily upload your logo, or create the perfect design. Workwear, tees, uniforms, polos, and caps, and let's not forget those special occasion tees, all designed online by you. Go to ROKZOO.com, Roxu Screen Printing in Cottonwood, where clothing comes to rock. 24/7 at the all-new Roxu.com.
Choose precision. Choose innovation. Choose robotic-assisted knee and hip replacement. Choose Northern Arizona Healthcare.
Choose the region's most comprehensive heart program. Choose care close to home. Choose world-class surgeons. Choose Northern Arizona Healthcare.
People often refer to Larry Green Chevrolet as the people place. Keeping that reputation is a priority in the community and with every customer that comes through the door. Larry Green Chevrolet, we're better and we'll prove it. If you're in the market for a new or pre-owned car, truck, van, or SUV, you'll find our selection extensive and the sales team professional and courteous. Visit Larry Green Chevrolet just off Highway 260 next to Walmart or LarryGreenChevrolet.com.
Welcome to the post-game report, brought to you by Gettles High Desert Mechanical Heating, AC, and Plumbing Specialist, online at GettlesHDM.com. Stick around for the game recap, including Marauder highlights, scores, and stats. And now let's head back to the press box. Here's your announcers, Philip Catalfamo and Nick Yatsinko.
28-14 victory for the Coconino Panthers here at Coconino High School. Philip Catalfamo alongside Nick Yatsinko. Want to welcome you into the Gettles High Desert Mechanical postgame show here on KYBC and Verde Valley TV. An interesting end to this game. However, it does fall the way of Coconino High School. They'll now focus their attention on the road at Bradshaw Mountain, trying to get a victory for the Flagstaff area teams, as the Bradshaw Mountain Bears able to get a win tonight against the Flagstaff Eagles, 19-0 at the NAU Sky Dome. But Nick, the Marauders, well, they'll be back home against Lee Williams. Still a lot of bright spots.
Yeah, and unfortunately at this point, now we know that we'll be playing spoiler for the rest of the season, which is fine. If you're the Marauders, real tough season last season. The season before that was even tougher. Zach Harrison's been through it all, and he's going to end on a much better season so far. We've seen great games. This was another good game. Came down to the last, well, Coconino was trying to get it in on the last seconds of the game. So, again, another good region game. Coconino's fighting for a playoff spot right now. And these region games are exciting, and we got a couple more left.
Well, I'll tell you what, Coconino is going to have a tough battle against Bradshaw Mountain High School. As we take a look at the statistics for Coconino, let's start off with Cooper French. I mean, obviously the gentleman who got in the end zone the most for Coconino High School. The kid had over 40 carries on the ground tonight, 351 yards rushing, 3 scores for Cooper French in that game. We talked about how much of a threat he was going to be tonight, and he proved it.
I love seeing a running back like that. I mean, you're going to need an ice bath or something after 45 carries, and you saw he's tough as nails. He lowers his shoulder. He's going to take a couple defenders with him. I mean, he did a great job all night, and boy, really the nail in the coffin for the Marauders. Just like last week, that great rushing attack from Benjamin Franklin. Again this week, we see another fantastic rushing attack by French in this Coconino Panther offense.
Speaking of their quarterback, Enoch Watson, not too many opportunities through the air. Do want to say, I think the sophomore quarterback, while his opportunities were limited and didn't necessarily the football went his way, 3 for 11, 37 yards passing, 1 interception, not too much on the ground, 1 carry for 2 rushing yards. But Watson's got a lot of potential, and I think, Nick, with a little bit more development, he'll get Cooper French back next season, so he'll have his lead back. But in his senior year, I think we're going to see this kid make a lot of strides.
Yeah, and he'll have a couple of these wide receivers back as well. So he's going to have a support cast around him. And, you know, the stats are not pretty. He threw an interception tonight, not too many yards, a lot of attempts. But he's a sophomore playing at the varsity level. He's going to develop a lot over the next few seasons. Not a bad performance tonight. Hey, he was selling that draw all night long, handing it over to French. So he did a great job there. It reminds me a lot of watching Zach Harrison when he was younger in there for the Marauders. And he did a great job tonight.
Speaking of those Mingus Union Marauders, of course, now they're going to look for a win against another region opponent in Lee Williams High School. We talked about it at the beginning of the game. Marauders happened to play the region pretty tough, only losing by 2 scores tonight. They were down at one point by 3. Marauders able to execute a little bit down the stretch, finally break that goose egg off the scoreboard after 6 quarters. Of course, shut out all of last week, shut out for the first half in this game. But it's nice to see the offense starting to turn a little bit as we take a look at Zachary Harrison's statistics. Harrison, of course, able to get a touchdown through the air tonight, 10 for 23, 170 yards 75 yards passing, and 1 touchdown for Zach.
Yeah, great to see him find success through the air, and it really all came in the second half, which is ironic because, and that's, like you said, that's why we're not coaching during the halftime show. Like, I don't think I'm going to see a lot of passing because my hands are freezing. So
well, I don't know how much you're going to argue calls with the glittery gloves you got. So, I mean,
that was my work. I don't think they're allowed on the field. That was like Little Giants of Butterfinger gloves. Snapped onto them all night long. But I mean, just as we joke about it, it's got to be tough to come down with that ball. We saw Frudenreich with a great reception. Right. A lot of these guys coming in clutch with Harrison at the end of the game, and finally got that passing attack going. You almost wonder if maybe that coaching staff was like, oh, maybe we should have started the air attack a little bit sooner.
Well, and that's what's going to be the definite deciding factor against that game against Lee Williams. We'll see if the Marauders open up the passing lanes a little bit more. We know they're effective on the run as we take a look at Angelo Alvarez's statistics on the ground. Not his usual night, didn't get into the end zone, did convert a 2-point conversion, did Angelo Alvarez. Right. But for the most part, 16 carries, 66 yards on the ground in his return tonight. So nice to see Angelo back in the works alongside Makai Arnado. Angelo will get back out there at home against Lee Williams and try to get back to where he was a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, and right off the bat tonight, he almost had a kickoff return for touchdown.
Almost, yeah.
I mean, it took it all the way inside of the Coconino 40-yard line. So already you felt that Alvarez is back. Not to take anything away from Hunter Perkins, he did a great job returning the football, but Alvarez just does a nice job finding those open holes. And all the kudos goes to that Coconino Panthers defense for keeping Alvarez at 66 yards. I mean, that's a tall task. Alvarez has proven himself. A couple weeks ago, we were talking about his accolades, some of the most yards and touchdowns and runs throughout the whole state. And obviously that kind of decline. We missed him a game. I think Coconino shutting them down tonight. They did a great job on defense, and the Marauders got a lot to improve on to go into the next region game.
We'll take a look now at our Verde Lee Market player of the game, the gentleman who did get into the end zone for the Mingus Union Marauders. That is Freddie Jimenez. Freddie Jimenez, 3 receptions, 43 yards receiving, 1 touchdown. He is our Verde Lee Market player of the game. Verde Lee Market is a favorite of locals and visitors. It has received hundreds of excellent reviews on TripAdvisor. They make the best burgers, Italian subs, and mouth-watering Philly cheesesteaks and more. Dine in or call ahead for pickup. If you are in the Cottonwood area, go check out the Verde Lee Market. I'm not only saying that, I have actually been there. It's very, very good. But Freddie Jimenez gets our Verde Lee Market Player of the Game award. Nick, nice to see Freddie get into the end zone. Like I mentioned, I got a chance to play a little basketball with him over the summer at the Cottonwood Parks and Recreation Center. And unfortunately, unfortunately to my basketball game, but here tonight, Freddie Jimenez really coming up clutch.
Yeah, looking like he's going up for a rebound out there on that couple catches he had. He played a great game, and it was nice to see him call himself out, right? Yeah. We're down on the field pre-game, and he's like, hey, you going to call my name tonight? We're like, yeah, we want to.
Yeah, we want to.
And we did. And Freddie went down a little bit hard after one of those diving out catches. Hopefully he's going to be okay.
Mario Camacho as well. Yeah. I'll extend that to him. And Emmett Smith, who was carted off in this game, wish him a speedy recovery. Nicholas Schote, who's still dealing with an injury. Esteban Loretto, who was out for this game. Brazen Dirklek, who we might be getting back on the game against Lee Williams. And you never want to see injuries on either side of the field, and Mingus Union definitely does not need any more injuries here. But like we mentioned, we'll be back at home as the Mingus Union Marauders take on the Lee Williams Volunteers. They'll be looking to get a region win, their first of the season, against Coach Pat O'Boyle and his Volunteers. For everybody here at Yavapai Broadcasting, for Nick Yatsinko, I'm Philip Catalfamo, wishing you a great rest of your night. We'll see you back at home next Friday.
This has been the post-game report brought to you by Gettles High Desert Mechanical Heating, AC, and Plumbing Specialist, online at GettlesHDM.com.
Starting in the late 1920s, Grandpa Gettle and his brothers laid the groundwork for what would become a family legacy. Almost 100 years and 100 patents later, Gettle's High Desert Mechanical continues to raise the bar of quality heating, cooling, and plumbing products and services in the Verde Valley.
Call Gettles High Desert Mechanical Heating, Air Conditioning, and Plumbing at 567-2200 or online at GettlesHDM.com, providing solutions for your comfort. Don't settle, get Gettles, and go Marauders! This has been a presentation of Yavapai Broadcasting Sports. Any rebroadcast or use of this broadcast without written permission from Mingus Union High School or Yavapai Broadcasting is expressly prohibited. Tonight's Mingus Marauder game has been sponsored in part by Gettles High Desert Mechanical, offering solutions for your comfort. Northern Arizona Healthcare, improving health, improving people. And Suzy Q Market, the best road trips start at Suzy Q. Mingus Marauders football supporters also include Jackson Hewitt Rice Accounting with locations across northern Arizona. Larry Green Chevrolet, the People Place. And Tiffany Construction, knowledge and experience to bring your project to reality. Mingus football on KYBC, Verde Valley TV, and MyRadioPlace.com is also brought to you by All Price Insurance. Call 634-2311 to get your quote. Taylor Waste, service tailored to your needs. Yavapai College, you can, we can, together. And Rock Zoo Screen Printers, where clothing comes to rock. We'll return next week for exciting Mingus Marauder football action on KYBC 96.3 FM, online at MyRadioPlace.com, or Verde Valley TV Sparklight Channel 1056 Sudden Link Channel 2.